Through the ages, the powers of good and evil have been at work amongst us. What is innocence? What is purity?
Look, ugly one-horned mule.
What is evil? We still search for the answer.
Judge her with your heart, not your eyes.
Through the cameras of one of the most innovative filmmakers of our generation. I am darkness.
I was born in the. Oh, sorry, wrong movie. Wrong movie.
Oh,
Yes. So like,
you merely embrace the darkness.
as the intro's going, my camera just stops fucking working. So, you will not, so apparently, you won't be able to see me, but you get to see my beautiful avatar, which is pretty much what I look like anyway.
Well, you're in the darkness, you know. You can't.
I am in the
survive
dark.
light.
White bear could show his beautiful locks off.
Oh my God! Darkness just died.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all.
The whiteness.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us. So, we're here live, episode 69. So, 69.
Oh,
Special
That's a funny
episode.
number.
It is a beautiful number. We are here to talk about a movie that White Bear picked, so you can blame him for this. He decided to do Legend in between some other movies that we have done in the last few weeks. We went from Apes to Fantasy Devils from last week to this. So there you go.
Hey, I did put in First Blood.
He did. He got Rambo for Memorial Day, so we're good there. And that's
excellent.
his birthday. But
Getting Dex to agree with it, yeah.
Yeah, no. So we got Rambo coming up, but yeah, we're here, and so Wiper wanted to go ahead and trick us all, and instead of doing the 1985 theatrical version of the movie that we all mostly remember, he wanted to do the European director's cut version, which is a completely different movie, different intro, different soundtrack. So you're gonna have to explain a lot of what's happening. And
luckily, I own neither copy, so
yeah, I was able to get that. I actually was a nice boy today, and I got Mr. Goodwin his copy of the online copy of the movie, so he could.
He did. I had to sign up for Cannoli's OnlyFans, but after that, then yeah, he gave me the link. It was
yeah. Well, that was the
seemed like a fair trade. I understand. Yeah.
You know you like those photos. Don't lie.
Well, look at that. Would you look at it?
Well, he likes the movie. Does he?
Yeah, no. He loves the movie, not the one you picked, but he does love this movie.
Does he actually like the director's cut of the movie?
Yeah.
So, Vex Electronica may or may not be alive or dead. I don't know. She was sick this morning.
Oh,
she
dear.
was trying to watch the movie. She kept falling asleep because she's on medication. She was supposed to send me trivia. I don't have it, but I do have my own. So
I was never in Canada.
Yeah.
I mean, she was watching the director's cut. I can understand why she kept falling asleep.
Yeah. That's one of the things. Yeah. So I have my own trivia. We're good to go. This is one of the things about being the host. Always be prepared. Well, I'm never prepared. Let's face it. We do have people in the chat real quick. Then we'll get right into the.
There's some good people in the chat.
There's some great people. So we have Stupenzo. And he goes, this movie rules. Theatrical cut for life. Well, see, there you go. All right, so we have Lance, who left a story in the chat. He couldn't be on because it's really late in where he's from. But he said, I'll be conking out before the stream is live. However, this is the film that made me go and see films in central London. There you go.
Wow.
Legend wasn't getting a very wide release, but it was on in, I don't know, what the fuck is that?
Leicester.
Leicester. Thank you, sir. The Square. So I begged my parents to let me travel up to a friend to see it. The following week, I went back and saw Rocky. Nice. It's a nice back-to-back movie session. This was in the days the films in Central London had way superior cinemas to our locals. Screens in every sense. There you go. Better sound, bigger screens. It was really special, and should I be speaking in a British accent?
No.
Please don't.
Okay. I have good memories attached to this film, which was my first experience of seeing a film in, again, Goodwin, word?
Lester.
Okay, thank you. Lester, thank you for the beautiful. That is awesome. I like hearing experiences of people when they first see movies. Lance always has a lot of good stories. So then we have this Pumpkin Man, the Great Gourd King, who will be on the show next week when we do. You know what? Whitey's getting it back next week because he hates Mad Max, so we're doing Mad Max Fury Road next week.
Wait a minute. I got Legend and he gets Mad Max?
No, he's getting Fury Road.
He's getting Fury Road. Which he does not like.
No. It's not like it's a Road Warrior.
It's not even Mad Max. It's not even Mad Max, yo.
No.
I'll be fighting you from the chat. That's fine.
Hello, Barbara. Hello. Thank you. We got this guy. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. Adam.
I don't know. Yeah.
Sensi. What's up to all the weirdos? She's got her 1 year anniversary coming up in a few weeks. She's got a whole plan for that. So stay tuned. Stay tuned.
You guys got married a year ago? That's nice.
No. Well, no, it feels like 38 years ago, but no. She may or may not show cleavage on that stream. I can't promise. It is the year, so. Boosh. Hello, Boosh.
Cleavage reveal.
Wayland. Hello, Mr. Wayland. Let's see who else.
Ooh, common people.
There's a common.
Oh, common people did some great artwork for me.
Responding.
Did I skip him?
Where did I miss him?
No.
He's just come in.
Oh, okay. My bad. Common people, how you doing, sir? I see you now. Sorry about that, sir.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. I'm sorry.
Speaking of erections, JT Gunn, how you doing, sir? Appreciate you dropping in. All right, you fuckers. You know, I have to do this. Let's get this out of the way because I know Jay Goodwin's dying to talk about. Oh, look at words. I got words. Vex is alive. This movie was fucking terrible. Right. Saved by good sense, constantly Gump acting like Hannibal Lecter. And it's just like, good night, everyone. Good night, Vex. Good night.
Good night, Vex.
Good night. I got my own trivia, Vex, just in case. So we're good. Go to sleep. Rest up. Because yeah. All right, so we got Legend. Here's the director's cut. So Jay Goodwin.
Yes.
We were so happy that you were able to watch this because of me today. You were so enthusiastic and messaging me all day, like, oh, thank you so much, Cannoli. This is a beautiful piece of work.
I was animated. I'll say that.
Oh, you were animated.
I was animated. Yes.
You were animated, all right.
Yeah.
Now, for those who don't know, the original version, the theatrical one, which we're mostly used to this, there's a major difference in the whole.
Well, so you have to be specific. So the U.S. theatrical.
U.S. Yeah, this is the European director's cut.
So. Right. So this is even longer than the European cut, and but it has the same score as the European cut, and then the U.S. is shorter than the Euro cut and has an entirely different score. So this one is the Euro in the director's cut. The soundtrack is by Jerry Goldsmith. You know, pretty accomplished composer, you know, and done quite a bit of stuff in the movies.
Well known.
And then the U.S. version is done by Tangerine Dream, which is a electronic synth group, German, who had done a lot of really interesting experimental stuff in
and a lot 70s of other movies as well.
Yeah. And also, done quite a bit of movies.
So this intro, like you said, is different. And in the U.S. cut, you do see the devil right away with this like translucent eye, not translucent, but like what do they call
black
it?
Light.
Black light eyes and fingers. Yeah, and so here's a little bit different. This scene I don't know if you guys know it, but since it's Ridley Scott, had a very heavy alien-looking vibe to it. Because that's Ridley Scott, but just in general, Goodwin hated the introduction to this, where he goes over his monologue about how he, what is he? He's the Lord of Darkness. He needs shadow. The sunshine is my destroyer.
Yeah, this will definitely not come up later.
Yeah. Well, it's a little heavy-handed.
Yeah.
Can I like just say every time he spoke, especially about the darkness, all I wanted to do was a Bane impersonation the whole time. And that was the ongoing joke for us in our chats. Like, he is Bane. He is the original Bane. He started
the original, though. I mean, that's the thing. I have a little bit of a nervous tick about comparing older things to newer things.
Things, yeah.
Yeah, so let's throw it on.
And shitting on Tim Curry on any voiceover work that he's doing, because Tim Curry is pretty fucking impressive in this.
He was great. He's great.
Yeah. He did a great job in this movie.
He was fantastic.
Number one actor in this movie.
Yes.
And
he it was intimidating. Now that again, the difference is here. You don't now. I will say, is not seeing the devil early on, like you do in the U.S. cut, a better thing that it saves it towards the end.
Yes,
I think it has more of an
better.
impact.
Yeah,
okay, that's the one thing that the director's cut.
I think that's
better.
like that should be the whole build up is seeing darkness fully revealed.
Yeah, because even later you see him is in robes and disguised.
Wouldn't he be in the
when he confronts
trailers?
the goblins?
Wouldn't he be in the trailers though? Back at the time.
Well, yeah, I think he's on the actual movie poster, so that's a bit problematic.
But
but
okay.
Yeah.
Well, this goblin's got a schnoz on him. I'll tell you that much.
That's not a schnoz.
Wow.
Yeah, some of us keep our genitals in different places.
Apparently, you don't know your goblin lore.
Yeah, come on.
This is how I talk to White Bear in our chats before MMM.
Well, let's get it out of the way right away. The prosthetics, the special effects, all of the practical effects in this look
fantastic.
Gorgeous. They're gorgeous.
They are.
This is Rob Boutine.
The costume design is fantastic. The sets are fantastic. Yes, everything looks good.
It's top shelf.
Even the scene at the end, which we'll see, where he kind of steps out of the mirror for 1985.
Oh, that
looks
a killer
amazing.
Shot. Yeah,
it looks amazing. It's creepy.
I gotta say, every vision that probably people, if they've ever seen this movie, every vision and model and idea of the devil, they automatically goes to Tim Curry thanks to this movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they said that in that video breakdown of like the differences in the movies. They said everything's basically after this is what interpretation of the devil comes from this movie.
Like I wouldn't want to ever go to hell, but if I did, I got Tim Curry there.
Yeah, if Tim Curry's there, okay, yeah. I mean, I can. Yeah,
I just want to sit and talk.
Yeah,
talk to me about what an asshole I am. Right
now, as we're going through, of course, you want to throw out just yell out Cannoli. Stop here. We go through the differences of the movies because I haven't seen the US cut in fucking forever.
Okay,
I can't comment much on the different versions.
No, that's okay. That's what good
knows it.
I can tell you right away that the one of the key things that make the U.S. cut superior is Sara isn't fucking singing in it.
She's not. They're trying to go for the whole Snow White thing here.
Yeah, except she can't sing that well.
No,
she sings about as bad as Tom Cruise acts.
So this is different. This is completely different.
But you get to look at her and not Tom
Right.
Cruise. I mean, that's something.
Yeah.
No, I do like it that they didn't make it into a full musical where you have Tom Cruise starts dancing with
yeah.
You may be dancing. Okay, sorry.
No, that would be absolutely unbearable.
Right. We wouldn't be here today.
Yeah. So this is Lily. Is this Lily?
Mm-hmm.
Disney princess. Now the thing is, I will say, like in the U.S. version, they do a scroll. Like a long minute and a half long scroll about kind of like they kind of give the background of these characters where here they don't, where they tell you that she's a princess of pure heart. He's a guy who lives in the forest. Tom Cruise. Unicorns have magical penises on their head.
Well, thanks for spelling it out for us. That's great.
Yeah. So she's in like, who are these fucking people?
Okay, well these are villagers, but the bitch just comes in their house and starts eating their Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, she's eating their cookies. It's fucked up.
Yeah, but don't worry. She's purely innocent. Theft doesn't in any way affect your innocence.
I can steal from the poor people who know how to do it.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Not a bad looking woman.
She's
Not
supposed
a
to
bad
be a princess, but in one version they just call her
In the
you're a
U.S.,
lady.
she's just like noble.
Noble.
She's a
can't
Here they
understand-
say.
We don't understand royalty.
She's
God
a better
bless your
princess than
highness.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I'll
Now,
tell you that.
when you're looking at the clock part here, she has a vision of like a winter coming, like there's a bunch of snow and all this weird shit. It's
Yeah,
like a vision.
I don't remember that in the U.S. version. I don't think it does.
I don't think it happens. No,
Mhm.
no. This is where the poor people, whoever the fuck the villagers come in. They're like,
Dwarves.
She's like, I just like coming here, and she's like, listen, bitch, act like a princess, find a man, and shut the. See, this is the difference. She says the words, "Act like a prince." It's time for you to act like a princess.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, no, I didn't want to. I want to fuck everybody.
You can't just come to the woods and bang Tom Cruise every other day.
She talks about why she loves it, why she loves these like villages, and probably because she's going to own these people as slaves someday.
Well, so I think again the idea behind it is that she really doesn't. There's no like air of royalty or that she's separate and apart from them. In fact, she talks about how Nell lives this magical life, right?
Right.
That because to her everything is wonder and she appreciates all these things. So it's a good setup for the idea of her being innocent and without these things. The problem is Ridley's dialogue starts to get in the way in that pretty quick. It already starts with well, my father doesn't know, won't hurt him. It's like, we got a problem already.
Well, what's going on?
Yeah.
Ridley write this?
So it was written by someone else. He modified quite a bit. So
he edited it.
Right. In the original writing, Darkness and Lily actually sleep together instead of having the dress dance scene.
And then the camera comes back to life as soon as we land on Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I mean, everything. The thing is, you're right. Everything looks fucking perfect in this movie.
Every frame of this movie is good eye candy.
Beautiful.
She keeps yelling for this Jack guy, and you're like, who the fuck? And you see these. You see
that ain't Jack.
That ain't Jack. No, that's not.
Look, he had an anaphylactic reaction. A bee stung him. It's very.
Looks like Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
So look at me now.
Yeah, those are.
Look at this. This is okay. Go back. Okay.
Those sets. Those sets.
Beautiful.
And it's a sound stage.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
And the original soundstage burnt down.
Yeah. It nails the fairy tale aesthetic perfectly. Like you get
everything is beautiful. It's just something is missing this whole movie. There's something wrong with this whole movie.
There she is. Jack, please don't. If
whip it out. White doves flying out. This is a John Woo film now.
This is Face Off. and then he speaking of fairies, there's Tom
taking
Cruise.
A dump. Now Vex did say that that she had a lady boner for him in this one movie.
In this movie, yeah,
because
he's not wearing much.
Let's talk about Tom Cruise.
Oh God. Okay.
He is so miscast.
Yes.
I get it. He was a hot property at the moment.
He was coming off two popular movies.
Yeah, he's somehow the right age in real life, but he looks too old on screen.
Yeah.
And his eyebrows are very distracting this whole fucking film.
Yeah.
What they did there.
That's just Tom Cruise.
It feels to me like Keanu Reeves and Dracula.
Yes.
Oh God.
That bad of a fit.
And there's and a similar level of acting. The face seems like it's paralyzed half the time.
That's true. That's
pretty early on in this. I start calling him Simple Jack because he seems he just has this constant. I don't even understand what's going on. What is this? What are these words you use? And he's just an idiot.
I'm just trying to fix this boner.
Seeing the documentary like behind the original Top Gun, you actually get to see Tom Cruise riding in with his same hair right here, except for all of his face is like a shit ton of makeup apparently in this because he's pale as shit.
Yeah, it looks like a wig too.
Oh, look at that hair! Look at that!
No, it was his real fucking hair.
It doesn't look right.
It was his real hair.
Oh, I guarantee you, because he's got thick hair. It's not the kind of hair that's going to be tamed well.
She's like, show me your bush. Jack.
No, not the one on top of that head.
No, not that head.
Not that one.
So
It's like-
imagine how much glitter and bubbles floating in the
Here,
fucking
pause
air.
there.
And like my allergies would be going off. Like, what is all this shit in the air?
I'm in a basement in San Diego, and my allergies are going off. Yeah. There's a lot of atmosphere going on, and
Yeah.
Ridley Scott is an art director. He's not as good of a film director as he is an
Right.
art director. He knows his shit when he looks through a camera. He knows it.
Yeah.
That's why Blade Runner is a classic. But
It's true. That's true.
there's a lot of other things missing from this movie.
Yeah, like a script. So Lily, like, is this the part where he tells her, "I'm going to show you something special"? Not his penis.
So, well, I think it's a bit. This part is because she's already done the teach me because she learns like the Finch call, and then she wants to learn the rabbit thing. She pulls out her locket and says that she'll essentially like hypnotize him. And then he has something he wants to show her. As one does, especially Mia Sara.
He wants to show his unicorn.
And in
horn.
the U.S. cut, they cut all the dialogue before her showing her necklace to him.
Yes.
So you just see her out of nowhere shining her necklace at him.
It was retarded.
And it makes him look,
like as a retard.
Simple Jack look retarded.
Okay.
But
Okay, so script wise, that actually makes more sense when Darkness pulls out the necklace and charms her.
true.
That doubles back. That's fine, but it doesn't work.
Well, also she's a woman, so jewelry's always
She's
going to be a
bling.
temptation.
She's stupid. The first thing when we get to it here is that Jack. So the unicorns are sacred creatures, right? They're beings of light. They can't. Did he say they can't be killed? Or can they? Or they can, but like they.
No, so they say nothing about how they can be killed. She asks if he can speak their language.
Oh, that's it.
And that they speak only laughter and love.
No, they speak
except
whale.
that then the stallion immediately comes up, and I'm not sure it's laughter and love that he's speaking when she decides to come walking out towards them, right?
It's because the devil can't come up and take over, right, while they're alive.
Right.
Okay, that's what it was. So
if they're making whale sounds, there's no dark.
Yeah, as long as they're doing their whale song, then we're all good.
She's like, look how big that horn is. Oh my god.
I'm a bit horny myself.
It's
This
a
part
shower,
is
not
so-
a grower.
Now, again, the soundtracks are different. So here you're getting Jerry Goldsmith's score, and Tangerine Dream, you're getting a completely different score at this part. And
this part in particular, the Goldsmith score sounds very much like, I accidentally substituted a couple of pages from Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
he was trying to too hard.
I guess the other version we're getting like the synth pan flute and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It
Very
is so
80s.
better, guys. It is so much better. So anybody, you should see that version.
It's true. No, but watch both, and then kill yourself after watching this one. No.
I will not.
Yeah, and they're just going through this whole backstory. Yeah, unicorns are beautiful. Look, she's like, do you speak their language? Like, bitch, I'm a fucking boy. What do I? And they never really tell you where Jack is from. You just assume he's just a kid lives. Where the fuck?
Yeah,
is
well, it's a composite fantasy character. It's
Peter
sort of
Panish.
Peter Pan and a satyr.
The Green Man, the
Green Man,
Woods, right?
Well, there's a scene here,
and
where,
Gump even points out that Child of the Forest doesn't know the Gump.
Right. There's a scene here too that's different, I think, in both versions. Is that when he tells her "don't go," she looks back at him with this look like "go fuck yourself."
No, she specifically says,
"Yeah, I don't care about how."
Yeah, I don't. Because he's like, it's forbidden.
And they zoom in on her face.
Yeah, and she's like, fuck it, I don't care, and then walks up, which already totally undermines her character as compared to the U.S. version. In the U.S. version, he like points them out or whatever. She asks a few questions, and then she gets up and leaves. And he's like, no, don't. But he's trying to be quiet because he doesn't want to spook the unicorns.
Right.
So she doesn't realize that what she's doing is actually forbidden.
Yeah.
Good job, honey.
Of course, then she
singing.
decides she's going to sing to the fucking unicorns because the Euro thing has to have me as Sara singing multiple times.
I would have gouged her fucking right through the stomach if I was. Oh, look, there you go.
Mhm.
There's the goblin.
Blix.
Blix. Yeah, so Blix is they're waiting to get one of the unicorns. They actually trank the fucking thing. And look at his face. He's like, God damn it, I can't jerk off from back here.
What kind of pipe dart is like blow dart is this? That has
Even
like,
in full light, all the makeup looks great.
Yeah.
Everything,
absolutely,
all looks great.
Yeah. So
see, the problem is that darkness doesn't pay as well, and so Blix had to work for Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom for a while, and so they dart the unicorn.
I worked for Darkness up in San Francisco, and I'll tell you,
I am the darkness.
You're right.
He's a cheap bastard.
Yeah, so she's actually helping them out by distracting them, and then
yeah, it has this clumsy sort of they do everything wrong in both versions. It's just kind of like it falls into place badly because it has to happen.
Oh, look at that shot.
I don't even remember which fucking version I watched, but just the whole thing with the ring and the river, and we're getting there.
Yeah,
but it's
there.
clumsy.
Jack. Yeah, that's. See, it was just lovely. I'm sorry, Jack.
Yeah, the music changed because she touched the unicorn. Yeah, they're like, "What the fuck? She just touched me," and all that, gay. And so they go off, and shit's going down. And somehow, I guess Jack doesn't understand what went down.
Thanks, Roman. I appreciate you.
Well, they dart the unicorn. That's why.
Yeah, the unicorn.
I know, but did Jack even see that? Because it looks like he had walked away from her.
No, he thinks that all of the reaction is because she touched the unicorn.
I really didn't feel like that was clear.
So the first thing that Sassy says when she disobeys, she's like, "Fucking women, man, they always cause some problems." I was like, "Yeah,
right." And again, that's a fundamental problem because in the first, in the U.S. version, you can explain it away. And by the way, it makes a lot more sense. She is naive and innocent.
Wait, go back one frame. I'm sorry, Jay. There's the tip off to the riddle.
Right,
yeah,
right.
It comes later.
Comes later. Yep.
It's not in both versions, I don't think.
Well, so in the Euro and the director's cut, her singing involves the bluebells, and then Gump's riddle about the bluebells exists. In the U.S. version, that riddle isn't there.
Yeah. Oh, okay, got it. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep, there's a few differences there. Yep. Ooh, look at this. He's touching her lips.
I'd hit
not the
it.
ones he wants, not the one he wants to, but.
I want to kiss your lips, not the one on your face.
And then she's got to make it harder on him and say, "Hey, whoever finds this ring could be my." And she throws it in the fucking river. Like, bitch.
Well, I think she just tosses it and it ricochets and then falls into the lake.
Yeah, and then he does this gay dive into the water, and then the camera work under the water. But for 1985, I'll forget.
No, this is so. The first thing is his dive looks like the Predator dive from 87, right? Where it's did we have to zoom out and we had bad film grade? We didn't shoot the slow mo or something, and then underwater the aspect ratio is fucked up.
It's very fucked
It's the same thing that happened in Highlander 1 whenever he goes into the water scene. It is exactly the same.
Yeah,
this looks fucking cool as shit, y'all.
Oh yeah.
With
the petals and then
flowers.
Yeah.
It looks great.
It looks very Japanese. It looks
yes.
Very it's beautiful to watch, but it's kind of like
look at that.
It's almost like an abstract art film in a way. Like there's a bunch of beautiful shit all thrown together.
Yeah, but there's a weird poem about your mother over it, and it doesn't work.
Right. It's like a portfolio, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if you turn to this page, look at this beautiful thing, and on the next page is this. Are these connected? No, not really. But these are all things I have done. Right? Yeah. But hey,
so the winter. So it's causing this fucking eternal winter almost because the unicorn gets it. Well, actually, in the U.S. version, I think they show it. Right?
They show the actual cutting off of the horn. Yeah, but it's strongly implied because they show with the blade up, and then next thing is it's in his hand.
It's in his hand. And winter comes throughout the land. So when Tom Cruise is trying to get out of the fucking water, it's just pure ice. So he breaks through, and then it's obviously
and it's a sync between when Blix swings the blade and hits the horn is when Cruise breaks through the ice.
That's a lot.
Yes.
It's like so basically it
was what I
becomes Minnesota in January. Is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah, and the
Welcome
whale
to
sounds have
Wisconsin.
stopped.
The whale sounds have stopped. Yeah. And she's
This
running
is what
back.
it
I'm
sounds like when
sorry.
whales cry.
I'm a woman. I cause problems. I'm so sorry.
No, she's like, if I just get the hell out of here, maybe nobody will know that I did it. It'd be fine.
Yeah.
We won't know
yeah.
there's an
Not
and
sorry.
how it just turned cold out of fucking nowhere. Oh God.
Right, but then she discovers that Nell and everything happened here. So even the clock has stopped. So like time has stopped for
Stopped completely.
the normal world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was her vision. That's right. She had the vision
Uh-huh.
earlier in the movie.
Yeah. Frozen.
And she's hiding
Pop-Tarts.
from the goblins. She's hiding, and then the goblins come in, and they start doing stupid shit with the unicorn horn, like because it gives them them power.
Yeah, it gives them some like little magical ability. Like,
Yeah,
I got my +10 wand, guys.
Yeah.
How do you know that, Nick? Look at this fucking guy, pig.
So we all agree it's just a boner metaphor.
Oh,
I think so.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Again, it's one of those. I understand why they try to put the scene in here to show. It's like it went on a little long.
It's almost like supposed to be their little Muppets comedic relief moment here. You see these terrible things, and they're walking around the house and skulking around and doing stupid shit and getting onto each other for doing stupid shit.
Yeah,
and suddenly Blitz thinks he has power. He thinks he's a total Chad.
Yeah, well, the other thing is that she doesn't understand that her actions have done this. Mm-hmm. It's when the goblins specifically say, well, you wouldn't have got that shot if she wouldn't have set up the unicorn for you. And that's when she realizes, oh shit, this is all my fault.
Now, where does Gump live?
Gump's just in the forest.
Forests?
Yeah, he's an elf.
Yeah, a sprite or an elf or something.
It's probably the creepiest fucking elf I've ever seen in my life. Jesus.
The praising acting in this movie is hard when you're not talking about Tim Curry. But the kid that plays Gump is really
he was fantastic.
He pulls some amazing expressions and stuff.
He's scary.
Yeah,
he's scary.
He's like that kid from Children of the Corn and shit.
Malachi.
Yeah,
but has a great range.
Yeah,
right. Yes. So the
wannabe fairy. No, I'm saying it's the wannabe Tinkerbell. Una's horny for Jack. By the way, she gets a little wet for him.
I like Una, but I also like Tinkerbell. So
that's fine.
I mean, the actress is. I think she's quite good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that he's giving riddles, and it's like, oh my god. Yeah, he was great. He was great. And then he even asks him, why he's like, why is it winter? And he's like, and the Gump's asking because this part again.
Okay, so this is another dialogue fuck up. Okay, because Gump says that he knows everything, then immediately asks something because he doesn't know it.
Right.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Pick one.
And then the other
he might
part,
be just trying to get to know Jack, like, are you a lying bastard? Which in one version he does lie.
Yeah, in the Euro version, yes, he is.
Yeah, he does. He lies here. He says, "No, I don't know what happened." He's like, "No." See, in the U.S. version, that he just admits it right away.
In the Georgia Lucas Special Edition,
yeah.
After they stepped on Jabba's tail, then he goes ahead and admits. Yeah.
Oh God, Gump, she touched it. He touched the horn.
Him. Oh, hey.
Oh, is that what you're calling it? These
Run, Gumpy, run!
You lucky bastard!
Yeah.
Fucking Gump. Look at it, he's like, touch me now, Jack.
Yeah. She touched it. Where is she?
Yeah, that
think she'll touch mine.
Yeah, you're right. He is fantastic in this. And then this is where he gives it. Where the fuck? Why are there fucking bubbles?
So that's another thing. Is there's just random. Let's blow bubbles. Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Lawrence Welk was just driving by. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
that's a very Ridley Scott thing, though. Like the lights and
bubbles.
Just the visual
office at Blade Runner. He just wants that there.
Yeah, it just looks cool, right?
Magic, whatever.
But so this it's handled kind of crappy, but it at least matches like European lore about the Fae. That when you meet the Fae folk, that they'll often ask riddles and things like that, right? They're
troublemakers. They like talking with humans,
right?
Yeah, so I think they did this pretty well.
Yeah, and he gives him a riddle. We get what the I don't even remember what the fucking riddle
But
was.
look at this kid. What other kid
It's
actors doing?
It's a
doing
bell.
all this
It's a
work?
bell that doesn't ring, but
Right.
the angels, is the son of the angels or something like that. And he's like flowers. Oh, bluebells.
Bluebell.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
this is the payoff for the Bluebells reference earlier.
he's like, no, riddles. He has like an autism fit.
Yeah, he throws
Riddles.
a tantrum.
Jack, what do you?
All
call
right,
two
all right.
owls
You
on
got my
bungee-
pot of gold. Damn it.
God damn it.
What do you call 2 owls on bungee cords?
You
My
bested me,
ass.
Jack. Yeah. And they give him wine. They take wine out of the guy's hat. One of the what is it? The fucking dwarf elf, whatever the fuck is his hat.
Oh, round top.
Round top, yeah. And he's drinking wine out of. Yeah, see, there you go. Careful now,
Elderberry
you don't-
wine.
You don't want to drink too much.
So this is an interesting thing that again. So the riddle is cut out of the U.S. version, but the Gump is chastising him. He's like, touched it. What the hell are you talking about? That's not allowed, right? That the unicorns are these special things or whatever. And Jack says, "But he did it for love." And Gump then goes, "Oh, love. Well, that's a different thing." And that's when they break out the wine.
Yeah, we thought you were gay, bro.
Yeah,
I don't-
what?
I don't think elves have a dental plan in the forest, Roman. I don't know.
No, neither does Tom Cruise apparently.
Yeah, Tom Cruise
Yeah,
didn't.
back
He never
in the
had.
day, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
So again, it's an interesting idea that there's there's no sin in it because the motives were pure.
Right. Yeah. So they have to make sure that no other harm comes to the other unicorn. And he doesn't tell him. Wait, did he tell him yet that he has to become like a
No, I
fighter?
don't-
Not yet, right?
I
Not
don't
yet.
believe that. Yeah, I don't believe that they've discussed that he has to be a
Lily?
warrior.
Oh, this is where he's
You
looking
gotta
for
be a
Lily.
warrior.
Lily, come touch my
I
home
love
again,
that
Lily.
fucking lantern right there. That's a nice ass lantern.
Yeah.
Want me to buy you one for your birthday, buddy?
Well, it's on the 27th, so you better
Now
hurry
again,
the
talking
fuck up.
about
You're gonna need to get him a bubble machine as well, so that
Yeah.
he can use it properly.
easily.
I'm going to be reviewing First Blood with my bubble machine, or so help me God.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know how the hell you think he can handle First Blood
Why do you
without
need
bubbles.
It's on his wish list, his Amazon wish list. It's linked in the description
Link in
below.
the description. We'll all chip in to get him a lantern and a
Thank
bubble
you,
machine.
thank you.
We can play with himself. Yeah, so this scene here is also very different musically. Actually, there's a few differences from the U.S. cut, but here the music is completely different.
Yeah.
I think I want to say it's shorter in the scene is shorter in the U.S. version, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
Yeah.
Look at this.
The
This
color-
looks like a fucking painting. It's so great.
Oh yeah.
No, it looks great. So there's the unicorn that's got its horn cut off. It's not doing well. It's not doing well at all. He goes to see it, and then the other unicorn's protecting it, and it's like just a lot. Well, see, in the U.S. version, you got a lot of cool '80s music, like typical '80s theme here with the Tangerine Dream.
Yeah, but it's not like here. Let's break
Not
out the
overbearing.
DX7 and
No,
just do
no.
Danger Zone. Yeah, but it's
Synth,
but it's very atmospheric.
Yes,
it is
that's
otherworldly in many ways. It's not quite Vangelis otherworldly.
Right, which I think would help the pacing a lot
Yes.
compared to Jerry's version.
Yes.
Yeah,
I would have loved if they had somehow, used a little bit of Jerry's on a lot of the synth, from the other version. But now sometimes the synth gets a little bit weird and wonky before they go basically into the depths of hell, where you're basically hearing just somebody press, 4 keys on the keyboard and use the pitch wheel to make.
Yeah, I'd use the pitch wheel.
Like,
Okay.
We get it. You have a fucking keyboard.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's great that you have the mod wheel, but okay, let's back off here.
I do like how the unicorns have this white angelic kind of like hue on them.
Yeah.
Because they're so pure, and he's like, "What the fuck is this? am I on a drug trip?" Yeah, he's really upset. He's upset that this has happened, and then
And he's saying, that they'll make it back, right? He's apologizing, and then
he does. He's forgive me. Then he comes up with a plan, right? He's like, "We have to fucking fix this," and Gump's like, "Fuck you, kid. I ain't helping you."
We have to listen to John Anderson.
Literally just that. We
Yeah, then
literally
yeah. So this is where Gump tells him, "We need a champion," and he's like, "Who?" He's like, "Well, you." I don't know, and he's like, "You have to get weapons." He's like, "I don't know how to use weapons." Well, he learns fucking quick, right? Because he's got no.
Oh,
choice.
but then Gump says, "You'll learn." At which point we have no training whatsoever.
Never teaches him how to use it.
Okay. plot armor, literally.
I got.
The armor and the sword, they gift him the ability. That's all we
Yeah,
know.
they're
That's the
magical.
only way that you could say he's basically the Gary
Hey!
Sue, you know?
Yeah.
God damn, it's okay, Common. You could like this version. We'll just. I don't hate everything about it. I'm not Jay Goodwin. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
I love it. He does. He doesn't like it.
I told you there's like two things I like from the
Not many
from the
people
Euro
like the-
trash version.
Not a lot of people. I like how they get this guy to like guard the unicorn. Like, what the fuck is this guy? He's fighting off goblins with a pot.
Yes.
It's like, bro. Yeah, and then this is where the goblins are doing their thing, and they think that again. Blix is that? Yeah,
It's Blix.
he thinks he
But,
thinks he's a
but
badass.
you're Blix.
But you're Blix.
But you're Blix.
You
He is. You are.
You are.
He is.
Anyway, Una will guide. So Una's going to guide the way down this tunnel, and again, everything looks fucking beautiful.
Right, and there's the setup here is that probably because of the iron that Gump
shot.
and the others can't go in there.
Yeah, look how beautiful this is. He finds the armor. Look at that. It's a great shot.
Yeah, it's nice.
I don't know. Don't let Lily anywhere near this shit.
I was expecting the guy to come out and go, "You chose poorly."
Yeah.
Yeah,
That or Aquaman's like, why are you taking my armor, bro?
Oh, good.
National Treasure got nothing. Else.
yeah,
Continue
Nick
the skill
Cage.
mail.
yeah. It's a sick looking armor though. Except he doesn't have pants. Like he just comes out.
No,
with
he has no pants. He never has pants.
the
No.
top armor and like the fucking. But he grabs the sword and he's like,
Hold on,
Una."
Donald Duck in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
where yeah. Oh yeah, this is where she shows himself to him, and she's like, "Don't tell anybody. I'm not really supposed to do this. But do you want to fuck?"
I have titties.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
but I mean, I do like her, but yeah, it's a trap
Yeah.
because she's a fairy, and that they love
Yeah,
so
that's
see.
that's the job of the Fae.
cursing people. Yeah,
Look, look, her fairy jizz is on his face already.
Yeah, this was the oh my god, you've got craft herpes, which is what I call glitter.
And look at his
because
face. It's like,
you-
he's like in awe of her.
Yeah, if you're around anybody using glitter, then you're never getting
Oh,
rid of it.
dude.
It's like herpes. You'll have glitter flare ups for
Yeah.
the rest of your life, you know.
And then she even says, like, whatever your heart desires, I'll get. Like, wow, that's pretty wild. But he realizes he has to get back to the task at hand. What are they cooking?
Making music like a choir.
Yeah, I don't know what they're cooking there, but it
Yeah,
looks
dude's
disgusting.
making his little bullshit spell and rhyme.
Yeah, so they
and all
keep
that.
going on like this. I gotta say that now. I don't remember this. Was this scene even in the
Yes.
U.S. cut where he comes up out of the? Okay,
Yes,
okay.
it is.
Yeah,
And
and dude's over here saying Big D.
Yeah,
I love this guy first of all because so the understanding that they have is that this unicorn horn now gives them unlimited power and all that stuff, and this guy just wants the world to be a giant trash heap so he can root around in it, right? It was like, okay, well, I respect the level of your ambition. He's not
I mean, I'm listening.
yeah.
What are you gonna expect?
Interested in your ideas and would like to subscribe to your newsletter.
Well, and I like how they're getting ahead of themselves because they think they have all this. And I like how the devil just comes up out of nowhere, and I thought that was pretty well done. He just shows up, and I was like, oh man, it's
Yeah,
intimidating.
and they don't have to reveal him.
Right.
Big D.
This is
Big
the one that
D.
he can take right now.
Yeah, so
What
this
are you
is
talking about?
I got some problems with this scene.
ahead.
We'll roll through it and then I'll
break
bring
it down. Break it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead, Jay. Go ahead. You can
Okay, so Blix, what? Big D. And he says, oh, sorry. And then the other guy grabs and essentially, now, I am now the ultimate power. You will respect me. Yeah, that doesn't work out well because then darkness as a mummy just appear out of the ground and grab him.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
he then starts, as he's walking him to this pit, is like, what's the matter? Can't you take a joke? And then as they're getting ready, adios, amigos. And I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? Why have we suddenly inserted modern dialogue? Oh, and then Blix's reaction is, wow. Like he's fucking high, right? It was like,
look at that.
Ridley, did you write this bit here? Is this some of your work?
Oh,
This
there you
was
go.
such a combo of things.
Oh, look,
Yeah.
we foreshadowed for Mike has bad knees.
Oh,
See?
Mike. Oh,
Bless your heart, Mike. Bless your
We'll take the L for the big D. So,
stereotype.
like, he had a mummy in this weird ancient.
Yeah, that
European
was
little
weird. He just
area.
jumped.
And
yeah, jumps
yeah,
into
like
a
you
hole.
said, and he's
It's
calling
like,
him
what the
Big D.
I
Either
keep
he's
them
talking about his
around.
dick or
I
he's
don't know about
calling
you.
him
guys.
And then we've got Adios Amigos. And then,
Mhm.
wow.
Adios, amigos. Yeah, and then the devil's like, "Well, the unicorns are dead." And he knows that
There's no fantasy Mexicans though.
No.
We don't have fantasy.
Not even the Mexicans are fantasizing about Mexico.
No,
Right.
no.
Right.
Yeah. So the devil knows they're lying because he's like, if it was true, the sun wouldn't be coming out. Yeah, but one of them's dead, but the other one, he's no threat.
Yeah.
He's no
So this is also change from the U.S. version. So there's like an extra line or two that Blix in the exchange, and it kind of weakens darkness when the power of, where he's like, oh yes, master, they're absolutely dead. No, it's all good. And he's like, you lie. And everybody's like, what the fuck? And goes, otherwise, what? Look, behold, the sun is coming up. Right. And so there's the power and kind of the presence of darkness gets detuned a bit with some of these extra lines, especially in this kind of slapstick scene that they have with the goblins.
Yeah, it's a little out of place in some part. I agree. And this is Lily again coming back, and she just keeps repeating, "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry." And this guy's like, "Listen, bitch, I don't know who you are."
Yeah, he's just like, dude, you got tits. That's cool.
Yeah, wow. You're
I got alcohol in my hat.
Yeah,
Not like goblin tits, but those are tits.
Yeah, those are titties. Here are the goblins again coming after him, and I like how he's like they're throwing arrows at him, and he's just fighting them off of the pot.
Shooting arrows.
Yeah, shooting arrows. Shooting arrows. And he's like, "You can't beat me," and they shoot him right in the fucking head.
Yeah, but dude, you gotta give him a point. He got like 4 of them.
Yeah. Well, I think he ends up like getting 6 or 7. But again, the problem is that this is being played for comedic effect because they shoot him in the fucking bottle. And he doesn't know he's been shot in the bottle. He falls over like dead and passes out.
Yeah.
From what? He has taken no impact.
Yeah. Yeah, see? There you go. The arrows through his... Yeah. There's some issues.
he done got scared.
And to be fair, this is in all of the versions. This is just... These are decisions that Ridley's making that...
Yeah. Then they realize that he realizes he's not dead, and they're like, he's like, I'm still ugly.
Well, and Gump does great acting here, where he's like,
yes.
You can't be dead. Right? There's a real earnestness to what he's saying.
Yeah. And Tom Cruise is like, look, I have a sword now. I have armor.
Lily, why'd you say that name?
Why did you say that? Yeah, this does all look pretty good, though. Oh, God.
Oh, yes.
Look at that set. There he is with his no pants. I think this fucking guy, get some pants, man. Fuck.
Dude,
it's going to be shrinkage given all that snow.
Right, it's cold, man.
Jay lived through the 80s. He knows about short shorts.
That's true.
Yeah. That is true. Oh, that is true. That's true.
It was
especially with the basketball players, right? They wore those special shorts in the NBA back then. Yeah.
Oh yeah, God, especially.
So this is where they have to. Yeah, they have to go through the. This is okay. So there's a scene coming up here where Jack.
Jack is that dude that always wears shorts even during
shorts.
Winter.
Yes.
Yeah. This
like fuck you guys.
Now
I'm not even.
Yeah, look at that. Look at the makeup on this. Where the witch comes up out of the swamp.
Meg,
gorgeous.
Yeah, magnificent,
unbelievable. Now, again, they give her more dialogue in the director's cut. In the U.S. version, they kind of kill her fast.
Yeah.
But here they give her a little more dialogue because he's playing it like, why would I hurt such a beautiful? He's like playing.
Yeah, he actually tries to to talk, to swindle her, and to use his words and all that. And this is a trans allegory because this was actually played by a guy.
Yeah.
So, but you see what happens, y'all. Okay, but anyways,
it's the guy that plays the holographic doctor in Star Trek Voyager.
Right.
So
really?
Yeah, Picard's I think is his name. Picardo?
No. It's something like Picard.
It's like Picardo.
Picardo. Yes.
Picardo.
Yeah. That's Mexican Star Trek. Let's move on. So you got
well, so there's an interesting initial because she grabs one of the fairies and he disappears, and that's why they all run over, and then he comes bubbling up out of the water and she comes blowing out, and her statement is foul tasting fairy, right? So she can't eat fairies. But then she sees Jack, and what a nice fat boy you are, Jack.
Big
Fucking perfect, Jay. Fucking perfect. That's exactly how I remember
exactly
it.
what
And
it
they
is.
took it away in this fucking cut.
Yes.
So speaking of bubbling up, through this
Ooh.
scene, and I don't know which one I watched, but there's water splashing down, just like there's bubbles and cherry blossoms and
Mhm.
glitter and shit in every
Yeah.
shot. So like even in a tense scene like this, there's like continuously more atmospheric stuff happening.
Yes.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at that. Who wouldn't love that face? Come on. Well, he's not lying. She's hot. I don't know about you guys.
Well, so
I
again,
did it.
this is one thing that I think the extended Meg scene is superior to the U.S. version.
Yes.
But the idea that he's like, someone as lovely as you wouldn't want to settle for something as scrawny as me, and she's like, wouldn't I? And then he says something else about her being attractive, and the thing is that Meg is playing along with him, but he's not fooling her.
Right.
And you can tell that she's
Yeah.
like, oh, how nice. And, oh, do you think so? And the whole time the menace is there that she's like, you're not, I'm going to eat you, right? This is,
I'm going to kill you.
How cute that you're doing these things,
Yeah,
right?
at one point he reaches for his sword and she just grabs him by the other shoulder and
Yeah.
holds him
Right.
Yeah.
as a shield. It's great.
Yeah.
And
This is a
you
great
see
scene.
fingers in the UK version, like etch across the reflective shield and all that, mess around with it. But there's just so much play that is lost
Look at that. Right.
with the US version because they wanted to cut all the dialogue that they could and just put him saying, "Oh, hey, you're a swamp bitch," and she's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And then he cuts her fucking.
Yeah, it's like you don't mean to eat me, do you? Oh, indeed I do. And then she rears back like twists, and the next thing you know is the head's cut off, and it's like, what the hell?
He's like, God, see?
So
He's a
when I was a
swordsman.
kid and I saw I
was
started
creepy.
seeing different versions, I was like, what the crap just happened? Did I just imagine that whole thing? And this is before I recognized that there are movies that are totally different in the UK or, in Asia than the US release. I had no idea. When you're younger, you don't really think about it.
No, you don't notice the difference.
What were they thinking by cutting that out? Why were they shortening that? I don't understand.
Because Ridley Scott thought that our attention span was so short that he could put in stupid, goofy jokes about the elves joking around, saying adios. But this right here, we couldn't have paid attention to.
No, the full scene plays out pretty well. It's one of the better scenes without Tim Curry.
Yeah. So I believe the argument that apart from Ridley just being up his own ass and talking about how much smarter the Euros are, even though he has to introduce them to the sun as a problem right at the beginning, mention that sun thing, right? But the idea is that Jack, because the other thing is in the U.S. version, I don't believe that he mentions that he has no knowledge of weapons, right? And so the U.S. version, Jack doesn't do the negotiation and trying to talk his way out of it. He goes straight to the sword because he's supposed to be like Action Man in the U.S. version and not someone who's trying to learn and kind of learning on the fly.
Yep.
Wow.
He's 100% accurate.
Jack Palpatine.
Jack Palpatine. And this is where we get the devil and just it's fucking creepy as hell. If you're a kid watching this shit, it's like, God damn. But
I would have been 15 or 16. That's when I first saw it when it came out. I do remember it being dark. I just remember being kind of bored. Like it's just it's like a very long Cocteau Twins video. The
funny thing is this cut adds what, about 24 extra minutes to the movie? Something like that?
I'm not sure it's that much.
Because I think the original one is an hour and 29 minutes. Well, what the fuck is 53 minus 29? Somebody help me with math.
I think the U.S. version is like 89 minutes. I think the original version is still under 2 hours.
94 minutes.
Right.
Wow.
So
and this is
so it's only like there's only like a 5-minute difference between the Euro and the U.S. version. Now they're arranged a bit differently, but again, a lot of it is fat that should have been trimmed. Yes. Meg is not one of them.
No. That's my question though. Why would you shorten that scene?
Gooch. What's up, Gooch?
He's talking to me, common people.
He's talking to your old dad.
Yeah. Your old man.
Yeah, this is where they all go to hell finally, but they get like stuck into this like pit, like a jail pit, basically.
Yeah.
Okay,
So and I'm sorry, but this did cross my mind. Darkness is called darkness because he's not exactly the devil. I don't even know if that was a serious question, Common, but
No.
the actual Lucifer, the actual darkness, the devil is disembodied. That's why he speaks to his own son through the fire or whatever. Tim Curry's character is the embodiment of the evil.
Yeah, well, he's also his mother is the night.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because he very specifically says Mother Night.
Mother Night, and then he said, and he just says father, right?
Right, and then he says, father, and his father tells him,
and all of that is fine. Like I don't have a problem with anything.
No, I like it.
No,
yeah, he says that he's been expelled. He's impotent and
impotent to the daytime,
and he's been expelled or whatever.
Nice projection, Whitey. Nice.
I am the night. Oh, sorry, wrong.
Well, and again, I think this is a problem with the Euro version. The very intro makes him like weaker and not as interesting. In the US version, he doesn't talk about the sun, you can burn me, and by the way, if you want to kill me, use the sun, right? But he's more about he has this plan, but he is lonely, right? And there is kind of a
doesn't he? Does he mention about wanting a bride in the beginning?
Yes, in the beginning of the U.S. version, right? That he longs for a mate.
So him simping
someone to share his reign with him.
So him simping over Lily when that scene comes up later makes more sense if you watch the U.S. version.
Right, and again, it makes darkness in some way a bit more of a tragic figure.
Yeah. He said that he was exiled. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's not. It's not all about just controlling Mia Sara.
Right. He very really specifically tries to.
Yeah.
Right, and he slips, right, because sit or stand as you wish, right? But he's always pulling it back in because he wants her to choose him.
He doesn't want her. He doesn't want to have to convince her to do anal. He wants her to.
Right, he wants to give it. Yeah, give that up. Come on, baby.
Do you like my horns?
You want it?
Like we all do.
Yeah, exactly.
So the mummy that the fucking creature the mummy takes and drops into the hole is who they're talking to in this scene. But out his help. So was he I got lost here. So was he actually one of them at one point?
Yeah, he's a fairy who went on a long journey and journeyed a bit too far. Right, he was looking for adventure and got more than he could handle.
So he was
AIDS
Bilbo.
allegory.
Yeah, went gay basically is what you're telling me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this is where these hog demons fucking come in and like they take him away.
Yeah, I always viewed this as they especially on like rewatch this time. It was like, okay, so they pulled the cord and they accidentally fell into my Diablo gameplay because you got the butcher here, right? The guy even sounds like the butcher, so you can tell that Blizzard was trying to model the butcher off of these guys.
Oh sure, yeah,
and the aesthetic is very similar, right?
I think in the U.S. version alone, they started out showing one of the scenes where they were hacking
the
at
torture.
somebody. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they don't show the butcher; they show his apprentice hitting the body.
This was in the beginning of the U.S. version, right? Wasn't this scene in the beginning of the U.S. version?
No, so part of it is.
That's what I meant. Okay.
Yeah.
Not this exact scene, but just
not
showing...
this scene, but the same kind.
Okay. What the fuck? Okay. Herman, we're doing the director's cut, and so we're getting the worst of the worst. We're getting filtered down bad. Okay.
Yeah, we are getting. Ooh. So yeah, Oh, hey, what's up, Epic Mike? Welcome.
Hello.
I have yet to watch this film.
No, it is not.
It depends on who you ask. Honestly, watch the US regular version and then watch this one just to see the difference. It's a pretty big contrast and difference of soundtrack's completely different. The scenes
the UK
are
version, UK version has the Goldsmith, soundtrack.
Jerry Goldsmith soundtrack. Yeah. The 80s US version has like Tangerine Dream does the soundtrack. It's very 80s heavy. I would say watch both, but watch the US version first and then watch this, and you'll be like, holy shit, they changed a lot.
I think it's an interesting contrast because I think that both cuts have strong points, and I think that the director's cut is the worst of both.
Yeah, like he just didn't know what the fuck he's gonna do.
Is this where Una is like trying to get with him again? This is where she tells
him because he needs a key.
Look at her face.
They're all
She's
locked
like,
in there.
Yeah.
This is crazy ex-girlfriend face. This is
overly attached fairy girlfriend.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. She's like, kiss me, and that was something about like, if you kiss me, I'll set you free or some shit. Like,
it's like because they let Una fly out to get the key, and Gump says, but she's too small to carry it, and then she's like, Jack, our secret, and then appears, and Gump is mad because she's been keeping secrets from him.
Well, and this is very traditional European fairy lore. That they will try and trick you. They will try and get you to kiss them.
Right. They don't help because again, if you kiss them, then you'll be enchanted. And then after she does the I'm gonna look like Mia Sara and talk, and he realizes this is fairy magic. And then he says human hearts aren't made that way. And she's, what care I for human hearts? And takes off like in a pout, and they're like, "Great, now we're fucked." Really, you couldn't kiss her just once, right?
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, but then
look at that. Oh god,
that's awesome.
It's a great shot.
I love it. She's got a great face. She's got a great.
It's creepy. Yeah, it's very creepy and
scary.
Look up.
Well, hilariously, I went to high school with a girl who literally had eyes like her. Her pupils were like misshapen.
I thought you were going to say she was a fairy. I was like, what the
no. She may have been. I don't judge. But she had like these intense green eyes, and her pupils were misshapen. Right? They almost looked like L's. So they were just striking. Whenever you saw her eyes, you were like, wow. And
I saw a girl on the street one night in New York City who had the same eyes as the fucking Life Force vampire girl. And I could not stop staring at her. I could not until she walked away because she was so uncomfortable. I was losing my shit. I had just watched Life Force, and she had those eyes.
These eyes.
Did she want to suck your dick too?
These eyes.
Look at her. She lets everybody out, and she like stopped him. She goes, "Fuck you, buddy." Like she's talking out. She's like, "You're not going anywhere."
She says she'll put a hex on him.
Yeah,
you can't sit with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pissed.
No, Poopy, you got cooties. No.
Ew, you have glitter cooties. But he does get out eventually, of course.
You didn't give me tongue, so now I'm pissy.
Yep.
Yeah, so they're trying to find a way to get through this actual labyrinth, and they use like this weird globe, like it's like a compass almost, but it tells.
It's a fucking snow globe with some oil in the water, and
meet back here when he does some stupid dialogue like meet back here when the I don't.
It's like 300 shakes of the hummingbird, beats of the hummingbird heart, and it's like, can we add a couple of hundred shakes of a beep? No, we don't have that. That's all shit that's cut.
Fucking metric system, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Fuck your
bullshit.
Now there is a cut. So this is not in the director's cut. It is. There's a scene that's in the U.S. that does not exist in either Euro or the director's cut, and it's Jack and Gump are going through an area, and these things kind of explode out from the floor and attack them, and so they kind of have to fight them off. The interesting thing about that is Gump's like his reaction and the way he fights is like a cat. He makes claws and just goes like swiping at them, right? And it really was kind of interesting that's one of the benefits of the US side. It gives him an additional characterization that he really isn't, hi, I'm just a little boy running around doing things, right? There's a feral nature to the Fae, and that they are different.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love this shot, by the way. Again, like these wide angle, but it's the whole his chair is thrown with the fire in the background and these little like fucking demon. It's like
it's beautiful. a beautiful set.
Beautiful.
It looks great. It works.
And then it goes right into his eyes. You're like, God damn, dude. Like, wow.
Dude, now, like I was like 7 when I saw this, and it was like this part will freak you out. You're like, okay, we're in a totally different scene. This is not the bubble forest anymore. This is
we ain't blowing bubbles now, bitch.
We're in hell.
I like when she runs through the fire and it goes away, then it comes.
Yeah,
yeah.
I noticed that on the rewatch.
pretty wild.
She runs through the fire and her costume does not catch fire.
Well, the fire lowers.
It does
Right.
lower a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
and again, it's darkness trying to lead her to where he wants her to be.
Mhm.
And some haunting circus music is playing on this whole
in the
entire
back.
time.
Well,
If you're
that's the difference in the soundtrack too. Right?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
big difference.
Quick shout out to the massive columns that Ridley used
Beautiful.
in Blade Runner to great effect.
Yes.
In front of the Bradbury and in
I mean, look at
Tyrell's
this.
office. It's
Stunning.
I haven't seen another director do this. It's just
Yeah.
great.
The problem is this is an entirely wasted shot.
Yeah.
Was this
because
shot
Una's following her for no reason, because Una does not come back and give them information about where she is or anything.
Was this scene as long in the U.S. cut as
This scene was cut?
Yeah.
The scene was just gone. Okay. I don't. It's like I said, it's been so long.
I think you just see Una like look around a corner and some light hits her face, and then that's it. You know,
that heavy weighted column thing is a
great.
A bit of graphic language that he uses throughout this, and it's
great.
It just looks massive.
Yes.
Yeah.
It gives you a sense of the scale of this
The
place.
scale is there.
like my directorial cock.
Hey,
Yeah, whatever you say, Waddy.
does it touch the floor like these columns? Or?
Yeah, so she just
It
wanders.
glitters. It glitters.
Oh yeah, he's got glitter, and occasionally blows
Oh,
bubbles.
See, glitter even
So-
gets in fucking hell.
I told you,
Well,
it's craft
it's
herpes.
evil.
Once you are exposed to glitter, it's just getting everywhere, and it will be everywhere. It'll
It
it'll
is
follow
evil.
you for the end of your life.
And it shows up
know-
at the worst possible time.
Is this the part where you hear the voice talking?
No,
about-
we missed it. So he repeats it here, but when he's sitting in his throne and he's telling his father that she I'm drawn to her, and her father's explaining all of a sudden he's like, well, I'll just take her. Right. And it's like, no, hey, bro, let's back up. It's like the Three Amigos, where he's like, why don't you just, take her flower? No, she must open her flower to me and give herself to me.
You're right.
Right.
Actually, this is a lot like the Three Amigos.
Yeah. I mean, you can see the obvious parallels.
yeah.
But I love the fact that the speaking to his father is just an idol.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have the Tim Curry, booming voice or whatever. He speaks old man kind of whisper, right? And he just says to woo her.
Woo her. Yeah.
Yeah.
This thing
Father
comes
his father is the force, and Tim Curry's character is the manifestation, the physical manifestation.
Yeah.
Mhm. Black Lives. Vex is not feeling well, so fortunately she was not able to. I know. She'll be back next week. I promise.
What's up, Black Lives?
We miss her racism. Trust me, I know. It's
Check your email, bro.
wow.
Sorry.
I like how this little. No, you're good.
Statue moves.
Yeah, I like when the statue just comes alive. I don't know. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, because there's a prior shot where it's just sitting there, and you just think, oh,
Yeah.
it's another one of the gargoyle grotesques, and then
That's
it
wild.
turns and looks at her, and you're like, oh,
Now
okay.
we got like weird Asian culture in here looking thing, and then we have mummies, and we have people saying adios. What kind of shit are we throwing together?
Yeah,
He's
it's really
darkness,
weird.
man. I mean, he crosses all cultures, baby.
We are the
Yeah.
three.
No escaping.
Amigos.
Of course, a woman you can't say no to diamonds and jewelry, right?
Yeah.
I
Look at-
know. She went to Jared.
She's like, oh, that's Jared. Look at her. She's getting wet over this. She's like, oh my god, look at this.
Am I supposed to put this on my?
So
And-
yeah.
What was I
This
supposed to
doesn't look like my chastity belt.
This doesn't go on my neck. Yeah, this is where the now. Okay, there's also a difference, like you said, in the music. in
Get
this scene.
bejazzled.
Yes.
Big difference in the tone. So the dress is like trying to seduce her, right? This whole thing is about seducing her.
Mhm.
So she's watching
Yeah.
this.
I
and it's-
love it. I love and hate this. This
Well,
like
now-
music theater.
Yeah, the
It-
people who watch this cut, this direct, like the music Goldsmith uses instead of the
You tried to
Tangerine
turn him
Dream
into like
score.
double Jewish, man.
Yeah. So
Goldsmith.
again, I know
Wow.
Goodwin, you were saying you like the Tangerine Dream score to this
Yes.
scene better. Most people online like Goldsmith's better.
That's because
So-
they're retarded. So
Well, okay,
the thing
fair.
is the Goldsmith score is generic orchestra. Here we go, and all this stuff, and it's just it doesn't They specifically said that they needed the Goldsmith score to choreograph the dance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what choreographer they used, but he was retarded because it doesn't actually match up with the score well for the dancing, right?
Well, that's an editing problem.
The other thing is, well, so again, but Tangerine Dream takes a look at this and says, okay, we're going to actually match this up, but the temptation has to be subtle at first. So it sounds like a music box.
That's what it is, a music box. That's the word I was looking for.
Right.
Yeah. Now I remember.
And it's this da 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 da, right? And it's very simple. Boom, boom, boom. And then as she starts dancing, it starts getting more complex, and it picks up harmonies from her dancing when she's dancing. And then when they join, then the music gets much more complex as the two of them are dancing together, right? So it's really matches the visuals of this.
Also,
and a harpsichord playing in the background.
Yeah.
The implication from a music box is that it's very mechanical, and she's going to get stuck on that.
Right. That at first this is like a simple automaton, and that it's again the temptation is simple. Look, a pretty dress, and let's dance. What's the harm in that?
No.
But as she engages with it, she becomes more involved, and then they join together, right? And
so in the U.S. cut, wasn't there like a flash of green light, and then she goes into the dress?
So I don't believe it's green, but there's an audio sting where it's ding, right, and then it goes much more orchestral, but still
here it's different.
The general melody, and then she's dancing in that dress, and my goodness, yes, let's have some 90s goth chicks all watch this movie very clearly.
Yeah,
there you go. Now again, we still haven't seen.
It looks amazing. Come on,
it's got Tim Curry and goth chicks in it. It's basically gonna.
It's basically a wet dream for most people. Now this is where you get to see the darks for the first time, and I gotta say, again, 1985. Holy shit!
What a fucking entrance!
Amazing.
Yeah.
And she's like, she's kind of entranced now. She's getting.
Well, she stops and is admiring herself in the mirror wearing that dress.
Yeah, and then look at this. It's fucking frightening, man.
He's tremendous. He's so good.
And the grinding glass sound when his hand first starts coming through, and then the hoof, and when the hoof hits, there is a weight to him, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Good choices were made on that part.
Oh my god!
She passes out. I like how she passes out and he leans over her. See if I can
to be able to act through that many.
Look at
20 pounds, 100 pounds of fucking head makeup and everything.
And mouth prosthetics because of the teeth.
Yeah.
And he pulls it off completely.
Oh, and he does.
The only thing that looks a little weird is that they extended his fingers, and when you can't close your hands properly in your hand acting, it always shows. But other than that, it's flawless. It's so good.
It's frightening. Yeah, I think is this the part? Yeah, she sees him and like her eyes open really wide, like holy shit.
Yeah, and then she goes skirting backwards, sliding on her back.
She's like, yeah.
And look at him.
Oh, look at him.
Yeah, absolutely
beautiful. I fapped to this part 3 times. I just want to. Am I the only one?
Oh, darkness's entrance. Jesus.
As far as you know.
So I can't really tell, but the U.S. version had higher contrast, which made him more red. The U.K. version had like with a tint of orange.
Yes.
So I prefer the U.S. in that way.
Yeah. Yeah. The U.S. version is much more visually striking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're better at colors. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
we spell it. We say it and spell it right.
Yeah.
Look how big his horn is.
Yeah.
Both of them.
She's like, he wants me to do anal? Shit, no, sir.
He's like,
yep. We're going to do it, babe.
I am a generous god.
His chin can take out 3 women as itself, okay?
Oh, thanks, Barbara. Appreciate that.
Aw. It's adorable. Yeah, this is fantastic.
And I just love his introduction. You know, how like you my gifts.
Yeah, yes. His dialogue was good. Look at that. His fucking
and the weight of the combination of his real voice and the effects put on it is right in the pocket. Right in the pocket, dude. It's so heavy.
It's the savior of the movie is Satan.
It is.
Yeah. Their simple jacket is boy Gump.
Look,
Yeah,
he's
this is
making
what-
Tom Cruise face.
Simple Jack. Oh my god.
And he's trying to open the door, and he Gump's like, "You must get in there, Jack. You
What?
must get in there."
I love it, dude.
He's
You
like,
must
"Bitch."
get it.
That's not the first time Gump said that. You know that. Come on. I mean,
He's playing basically, the Green Man and the UK
Gump likes to
Tales.
watch.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're trying to conceive a plan. Is this where he comes up with the plan to use light?
not yet.
Yeah, okay. Look at these.
So
two
they
fucks.
they end up finding the mayor, and then
yeah,
like
the
trying
unicorn.
to figure out
Yep.
what the hell they're gonna do, and then they happen to run into them. Yeah, and then he
Yeah.
bites Cruz's leg.
Oh yeah, well he's probably like that. He's like getting.
Well,
off
I
of it.
mean,
He's
you know,
It's
I don't
Tom Cruise
judge.
is- No, you know, you do you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
You do you. Yeah, this whole sequence here is okay. So now they have to come up with this plan. So this is where he comes up with the plan. We have to
Right.
use light, right?
Right. Well, we're gonna bring light to darkness again. What the fuck? Why is this line here? Stop it.
Yeah, and this is where they
pretty much.
cut out. So the guy that was dropped in the pit earlier, who was one of them, he's in a pie when they cut him out, and then they save him, and he's like, "Oh, look at me! It's a fucking this whole. I don't.
Yeah,
this
he's
whole
got the
story.
ball gag. You know, I mean, who
Yeah,
knows
he's
what
got
they did to
pie.
him before they put him in there.
It is hell. So I
Him
mean,
sleeping.
yeah. What they stick up in him to get him ready for the
Hey.
supper?
What didn't they?
That's true. Not just apples. I'll tell you that
The
much.
carrots ain't gonna cook themselves, guys.
Exactly.
So I like how all these they have to use the light to reflect the light from the top all the way through to the door, and all these
Why?
big fucking dishes are just laying.
Because light is his weakness.
Well, apparently
Why
the
is this-
sun.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I hope they revealed that the sun is his enemy and could kill him. Yes.
Yeah.
We have to bring light to darkness. Shut up. But this is for the much smarter Europeans, you see. We had to explicitly tell them 3 or 4 times. But well, I mean, that may be accurate because England would not understand what the sun is.
All right,
Yeah, that's true.
fair.
Well, they never see the sun. Yeah, you're
Mhm.
right. Look at the size of these, and they're throwing them around like frisbees.
I
don't
want to
how
know
that's-
who's doing the dishes in hell because they are pretty fucking clean
They're
to
big-
reflect
yeah, they're
light.
nice. Yeah, but they wake up this guy because they drop one of the fucking things. Because
What's he got on his fucking arm there? You just get
That's,
done eating a bowl of
that's,
gravy?
that's devil jizz.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't hell
Yeah.
just be constantly doing dishes for eternity?
I would think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That you're the old. Yeah, and then he jumps off the fucking ledge because he saw him do it in the beginning and off the tree. He's just Tom Cruise just does it all, man. This Gump, like, what the fuck did I get myself into? These
Yeah. Gump's
retards.
like cat scratch ain't going to stop that big boy. The butcher is
Yeah.
coming for me,
I
right?
need my bow and arrows.
Yeah.
so-
It's like a weird action sequence that I don't know if I like the way it was filmed or it just is what
I
it
was
is.
fine with it because
It was
again,
okay.
It kind of interrupted the the scenes
Yeah.
where it's just like
Yeah.
we just got done with him trying to start a seduction with her and I needed a little bit more testosterone. I needed him.
You know what?
Some...
And here he's thinking this mission is impossible.
Mhm.
It just got impossibler. Oh my god!
I shouldn't
This
have chosen to accept this.
Yeah.
This fucking Gump again. You must save her,
Oh,
Jack.
whoa! What is that? What
Like
is
this?
he? Yeah, what
Oh,
is he
this?
doing right
Oh,
there with his
oh,
hand?
Oh.
Oh!
Shit,
We get it,
racist.
Tom.
He's
We
trying to
get it,
catch.
Tom.
He's trying to catch a cab. He just wants a cab.
Oh, yeah. It could be.
Yeah.
Mhm. He's like, oh, there's light.
Oh.
Wouldn't they have like covered that light up there in the top? Like, wouldn't if he's afraid of the light, have his people, his demons? or whatever
Look,
the fuck-
darkness doesn't do dishes. Stop it.
Oh,
He never.
yeah.
okay,
He's not going
okay.
down to the kitchen.
They need ventilation in hell.
And then,
Cannoli.
and then like this
So-
little this fuck's like, I'll go do it. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? Like, why are you?
What the fuck are you?
Well, he's been the guy who's been trying to get out of shit the whole time.
Yeah, now he wants to like, I'm gonna do this.
All right, I'll do it.
I
I'm
have
the
my-
smallest, right? You know.
We need a hero.
This is great. This is where we get the most dialogue between him and Lily. And
Fuck, he looks great. It's so
it's just
good.
the whole- I like how he's just like sit and talk.
he
just
goes,
want to sit
Lily,
and
Lily, Lily.
Lily.
Does he have his hand on his hip there? Like he's
Yeah,
just
well,
kind of like, listen,
hold on.
honey.
His hand's on his hip here, but where's his hand here?
He's in
He's
full
looking
Tim
down.
Curry mode.
Do you
Yeah,
like
like
what
a cab.
you see?
Yeah. Let me get a little more comfortable.
The lighting is beautiful. I don't know who the cinematographer
There's
was.
Jello in the background. The fuck is that?
Everybody loves Jello mold. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's Jello. Hell Jello.
He's trying to woo her.
Evil Jello. I always
bring Trix and Ambrosia when I meet it.
Yeah.
First date.
Sit and talk. He's like, she's like, I don't want to sit, bitch. And he's like, okay, fine, stand.
I love again. He's very much trying to be smooth, and look, I just want to talk, right, and all that, and he's like, just sit, and she's like, no, sit, right, because again, he's used to commanding, but he doesn't. That's not what he needs her to acquiesce, to choose him.
You can get a lot out of that. It gives you the sense that he not only is he used to getting his way, but he also doesn't know his own limits because he's never cared this much. He's never been tested like this. He's never had to deal with his own feelings.
This is alien to him, and he's again, and again, it's done so well. It's great characterization for darkness.
Yeah.
Yes. And she doesn't trust him, right? Because then she doesn't the chair start moving and hands are coming out of it and weird shit.
Yeah, that's an additional. I don't know if that's just director's cut. I know it's not in the American version with the bubbling bullshit chair where she's like,
Yeah, and he gets.
I'm going to sit in it. No, I'm not, because fuck this.
He gets pissed here. He's like, sit down.
She's like, pass the salt. He's like, no.
No.
It's like the Batman table.
That is fucking scary. God, look at that.
Yeah.
When he's coming, at you like that, you're like, I've just soiled myself in bread.
Yeah,
absolutely. Oh, look, there's a unicorn and stars and something.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't care. Look at. I just want to put it in your mouth, Lily.
Just the tip.
Just the tip of my chin.
My tail.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right though. I love how again I like this whole scene between them both.
Yeah.
It's
even though
it's
fantastic. Yeah.
Well, and this is a very interesting bit, and my wife and I are kind of having a discussion about this because of the the differences, and again the Euro version actually really messes with her being innocent. It undermines it, right? In the US version, you get to this point when she takes on the dress, it's almost like eating from the tree of knowledge, right? Because that transformation of her is also that she has taken this first step towards the darkness and has much more of an adult understanding, which is why she can play him at this moment, right? Where he's like, just sit and talk or whatever. And so then he gets mad because she's like, never. And then she says to him, look, I'll be your queen. But you have to give me, one thing. It is, anything. And, that she is allowed to cut the throat of the unicorn.
And the third or fourth repetition of the sort of slide deception power struggle thing that's going on with the other characters.
And his laugh at that point is like fantastic. Starts in the soles of his feet. And
well, because she says to you're an animal, you stole my dreams from me, and he's like, we're all animals.
No, she starts out, you're an animal. We all are animals.
Basically, she finally agreed to do anal, but she said, but
but I gotta get some lube from that unicorn blood. Okay.
And he's like, oh my god.
So look, so this fucker makes it to the top, and everything's getting.
And he takes a nap.
He falls asleep. This fucking idiot. And then they go, Una, go fly. Now she takes a long fucking time to get up there. If you don't, I mean.
Well, to be fair, she's a little tiny,
that is true.
LED flying around. So
that is true. Yeah, this is where he's like, oh shit, this is crazy. Is this gonna work? A big dish? It's gonna bring light and kill everybody? Yeah,
Tom Cruise is like, it's definitely gonna work.
It's mission impossible. Okay, anyway, sorry.
It's a weird play on her part because she doesn't know exactly what the logistics of killing this unicorn are gonna be.
Right.
She's taking a huge risk. huge.
What does Gump tell him here? Like, don't judge her with your heart, not with what you see, or some shit.
Yeah, not with your eyes.
Your eyes. Yeah.
What I don't like is that it goes back and forth a little too much. The editing turns doubting and talking.
Yeah, that's in the US. It's cut down a bit.
Look at that. God, that looks fucking so good.
Here he is.
Judge her with your penis. Look at him. He's like,
oh yeah.
I'm about to shoot my load at darkness.
Hold on there. Hold on, Jack.
Believe in her. Don't believe in her.
Oh God.
Should I stay or should I go now?
He Gump's like, I'll kill her, and he's like, no. I trust you, Lily. Oh, fuck off.
Just let me watch, Jack.
I trust you, Lily. He gives her a nice. Yeah, this part's great. It's like you know that she's probably not going to kill the fucking unicorn, but
right. They're going to take it right to the final.
Yeah, she breaks the chain, and he's like, "You bitch, get away from her."
Yeah, gives her the pimp slap. She goes flying backwards.
Pimp slap from him and his nut chin is amazing.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And then he shoots the arrow. Jack shoots the arrow like right in his fucking neck, I think.
He ends up with like 3 arrows at his neck, and that ain't slowing darkness down.
That's freaking cool, though.
It does give him a bit of an asthmatic wheeze, though, when they're fighting.
Right.
As it would.
Yeah,
I like that though that they showed it that he can be actually hit. He's not just like the super character that can't be hit without just one MacGuffin.
He's fucking going out. He's just swinging his big fucking sword around. And Jack's like, "Oh, how do I get out of this?"
Yeah. So again, here's a problem with the extended thing. So he originally Darkness calls him like a boy, right? He's like, what have we here, boy? And then they fight for a bit, and he says, "I love getting my sword with the blood of a brave man." Then it goes back to him calling him boy. It's like, pick your fucking phrase here. Why is he suddenly boy?
Now this is the one scene. If you catch the mask looks awful. Here.
I think this is because this is a stunt double.
Stunt double, 100%. It's quick. Yeah.
Because the eyes are different and the mouth and all that, right?
The only time
we're like closer together, even
right. It almost looks like you see the stuntman's lips below the teeth, right? Like they just like have it applied. But then this is back to Tim Curry.
Yeah,
it's a perfect shot here, right behind the fire's behind him. He's got does he have nipple rings? I thought he was wearing nipple rings. I'm sorry.
No, they're just very prominent.
Hard. He's excited.
A lot of devils have prominent nipples. Okay.
Yeah,
It's be fucking normal.
Yeah. Look at that face. God damn, dude. Looks so good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so the unicorn horn falls in the fire pit and then he just grabs it.
This is very fuzzy. This is a very fuzzy moment, like where they're time stalling kind of for tension.
Yeah.
It looks like it falls. It doesn't fall.
It does. So it falls into like that little bowl of lava and then slides into that bowl of lava.
And then he sticks his hand in
and then he sticks his hand into it, and you would think it would burn, but because he has the unicorn horn, then it protects him in some way.
Look, you gotta have faith.
You gotta have faith.
I gotta have faith.
You gotta have faith. The faith. Then the light comes, and then he just beats the shit. The light is his enemy. What is it? The sun?
It's my understanding the sunshine can be a problem for him.
Do they say that?
I picked that up all through subtext. They in no way said that multiple times.
He says it twice in this movie. Yeah.
I just didn't think that they made it really all that clear.
The night. Oh, he's like,
he's like, I'll be back, bitches.
I'll be back. You ain't getting rid of. This is where he goes through his. I like this though. He's like, there's no dark light. There's no light without darkness. He's like, you think you've won?
You and I, we are both sides of the same thing, right? That you can't exist without me.
Right.
Yeah, it kind of works. It kind of doesn't. I don't know what other dialogue you put in this moment, but I found it a little weak on the rewatch.
Well, then they show the part where he goes out into the. Hold on.
He goes out and then the stars shoot and it becomes a constellation.
So that's not in the U.S. version.
Right. They cut it out actually.
No, that's actually in the U.S. version.
Is it really the stars?
Yeah, I think it's the original Euro version that doesn't have this.
Oh, okay.
Then there's the now.
Basically, he was just letting you know that there's room for a part 2.
Well, one of the biggest differences here too is that they in the U.S. version they show the unicorn horn going back onto the unicorn. Here they don't. They don't show it.
Well, they show in the U.S. version they show it literally being cut off, and then they show it being restored.
Put it back on. Yeah, here
right.
they go.
Hey, wait. Herman's saying right here. Apparently, they do say that.
Yes, they do. They do much later, not at the fucking beginning, and then repeat it
3 times, guys. 3 times.
I can't jerk off in the sun.
Right. Tim Curry and Sunlight bad. Got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Got it.
Let's roll.
Now I do actually. I know that there are people that are like the star thing. What the hell, right?
I'm fine with it.
I have an appreciation for it because it's like this story is, again, it's a legend,
right?
And that darkness will always be there, his existence, and much like we understand a lot of our gods now, right? You know, the old gods, that it's the constellations, right?
It's better than a fucking sky laser.
Zero problem with that too. You can always look up and say, "Hey, that's the devil with the ball chin."
Right.
That's 45 degrees north towards the ball chin.
And here's
exactly. Yeah, if you go from the tip of the horn through the ball chin and then past the Big Dipper, you get to the Northern Star. Right.
Find the tip and then follow the ball chin.
Exactly. Yeah. Go from the tip to the balls, then you get to the Northern Star.
And this is where Gump goes, "Put your horn in her, Jack. Now she's laying down."
No, she's unconscious. She can't give consent. I can't do that, Gump.
Yeah, this is this where he remembers?
Well, Gump says that this is a riddle that only you can solve.
Right.
Yeah, thanks, Gump.
There's Una going, "You fucking prick."
Una's going to Limelight tonight. She's fucking dressed to kill.
Oh yeah.
Then we get right
when the heavy synth kicks in.
Yeah, there's a big difference in sound. But Tangerine Dream in these scenes. Oh, man. It was 80s Bliss.
And
like I said in the description.
We're about to hear Owner of the Lonely Heart start just breaking in.
Yeah, because it's this is Loved by the Sun with the lead singer from Yes singing it.
Okay, so apparently Tangerine Dream had no idea that their music was going to be overlaid with the singer. Yeah, that was the studio deciding that they wanted the lead singer of Yes to do that. And then that Brian Ferry ending credits song, nobody had heard that until, it was like, what the fuck is this?
So
imagine being the artist and you're like, okay, let's watch this fucking thing and all that. You listen to it, you're like, oh my God, what did they do?
What is this shit? And why are the lyrics like repeating the fucking movie? Why is this happening?
Oh God, yeah. And this
There's
is where
a legend of a legend.
Yeah.
Good and evil.
So this would never be made today because it's a man kissing a princess, and we don't have that.
That's kind of a man.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
He's like, I do my own stunts.
Look, Simple Jack doesn't understand consent.
Wake up, bitch.
Yeah, she's his religion. It's all fine.
You make my eyes right.
You Mama said. She's like, Jack. Oh yeah, she found the ring, and you're my. So basically, like they're basically fall in love, but then she just leaves him though, and then goes off on his own. But I guess there's like different versions where they leave. There's one where they leave together, and then this one where he leaves alone. So I don't know.
Yeah, so this one is the director's cut is more of the Green Man of the Woods, right? That he is like an ever present.
You belong here. I know. I realize you belong here.
Right.
Yeah. Right. He's like, I know, bitch.
So, okay. My thing is I'm fine with either ending where Jack and her end up walking off into the sun together. But actually, I prefer where he just goes off out on his own and all that, because to me, you could take this as like she was doing childish things. She was going through, her period of rebellion, and then, could go towards darkness, could go towards, curiosity, and then, or the light and all that. And then she goes through her trials of, basically being tempted by Satan. And then, at the last part of it, even if Jack hadn't been there, she still would have tried to redeem herself by freeing the unicorn and all that against Tim Curry's wishes and all that and all the anal. So he is like a part of, I guess, childhood.
Right.
It's
There's
like,
a Peter Pan aspect to it.
Yes,
right.
yes.
And that her leaving is putting away these childish things because she has gone through a part where she is now a woman and is going to go and do.
Well, she started all this shit by throwing the ring.
Yeah,
right. That's her fault. But okay,
But
like
maybe
so I asked my
leave.
wife.
That's
like,
okay. I don't mind that.
Which ending would you have preferred? Her and him go off to the kingdom and him, be part of the human kingdom, or her move to the woods with him and hang out and stuff like that. Like, she's supposed to be a princess.
The way the movie
she has
is
adult
played,
things to do,
and the way that everything is set up, I think you kind of have to go with them getting together. I kind of think you have to do that to have the fairy tale ending. I don't mind the other version of that ending, but I don't think in this production it flies right.
I think it's undermined a bit. So you have the Nell thing about you need to find your prince on the white charger. I don't know if it needs a Hemi or not, but definitely a white charger.
Why's it gotta be white?
So there's the assumption again, and also that Jack he loves her. He is not. I think it would have made more sense if the love that he loves the innocence, right? The purity of her, and that he is like one of the Fae, right? That he exists, that he is like eternal in the forest. Again, kind of that Peter Pan thing that he's more the wild, childlike thing, and that for the same reason that he is very protective of the unicorns because of their purity. It's the reason that he's attracted to her and is willing to take her to the unicorns because he sees them as like comparable. If instead they leave, well, Simple Jack ain't going to be worth a fuck in the court, royal court, right? And she's not going to be all that useful in the forest because somebody's coming to look for her, especially if she's a princess, right? So there kind of has to be a separation. If instead they're human, and are kind of coming to adulthood at the same time, then it makes more sense that she's simply a noble, right? That she could walk away from that world and responsibilities, and because she already has kind of she's drawn to the simplicity of Nell's life and the magic of just the daily experience that they have, and so that could work.
It feels like it needs a coda, or like an epilogue.
Well, or again,
I agree.
Or again, that the way that it was shot and the script or whatever, it's weak on both sides, right? It doesn't adequately deliver good, well enough on either side, because it doesn't explain why Jack is, I'll give her big kisses and love you. And she's like, but I'm leaving these boys behind. I'm going to be a real man back at the, at the city, and leave Simple Jack, to sit and cry. Maybe he can hook up with Una later,
I got to ask, which version of it is where it ends and it has like a transparency fade in and fade out of Darkness's face laughing?
That's the U.S. version.
Where he
laughs, he laughs in the end.
Who does that? That was so weird.
I didn't mind that, again, because Darkness is eternal.
Yeah, I get it, but like we were reminded when he was going, oh, hey, I'll be back for part 2. Like, why you guys like they're playing John fucking Anderson going,
You got Brian Ferry busy singing,
it just didn't for me, guys.
Little heavy-handed.
Just a reminder.
Well, again, I think that's there is no cut of this film that doesn't have a suspect ending.
Yeah, you're right, bro.
I guess we could get into the trivia. There's not a lot of trivia, but it's interesting trivia. So let's. Should I do a Vex Canadian racist voice? Is that what? I don't even know if I don't know.
I mean, we already had Tom Cruise giving a certain salute, so
that's true. That was the tribute for her.
I think we've met our quota for the day, bro. We're good.
So, domestically, this movie made $15.5 million. International, only $1.3 million. Worldwide, $16.8 million on a $24.5 million budget. So it lost.
Wow.
But remember, the Euro version is the superior cut. That's why it made 1.3 million versus the US. Yeah.
It was released April 18th, 1985, the same day as Murphy's Law. There you go. For you old 80s folks.
Yeah,
that one. Okay, so
that's James Garner, isn't it?
James Garner, yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah.
For years, it was falsely rumored that this film was the source of inspiration for Shigeru Miyamoto's The Legend of Zelda games. Apparently, that was a rumor going around.
Yeah, I don't see any of that working out.
The word legend in there, but that's
yeah. Here you go.
That's Bowser.
This is for you, Jay. Tom Cruise reportedly wasn't happy with the American cut of this movie and wouldn't talk about it for years because of that. He was.
Well, I wasn't happy with Tom Cruise's appearance in this movie, so fuck him.
Yeah, he encouraged fans to go watch the director, so you got to fly to Europe to watch the fucking.
He wanted that because he had got more screen time in the Europe.
Yeah, normally Tom's opinion means a lot to me, but
yeah. Ridley Scott admits that comments made by some pot-smoking attendees at a screening got him second-guessing himself and influenced him to cut this movie from 2 hours and 30 minutes to 1 hour and 38 minutes. Holy shit. 2.5 hours.
Don't be glib.
Yeah. That's a 2.5 hours I would have
blaming the drugs for that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I think I would be interested to see the 2.5 hour cut.
No,
just Jesus to Christ. See if it deals with some of the real issues within the plot.
But how?
It still doesn't erase the wow.
What if there's
adios amigos and
it's already so long.
There's more singing. You want more singing?
Oh yeah, that's what it'd be. It'd be like another hour of Mia Sara singing. Yeah.
Filming was interrupted twice. Firstly by the studio burning down to the ground, of course, and secondly by the death of Tom Cruise's father. Jesus. Well, probably saw his acting.
Yeah, even he was disappointed in Tom's acting in this movie.
Yeah. Tim Curry had to wear a large bull-like structure atop his head with 3-foot fiberglass horns, supported by a harness underneath the makeup. The horns strained the back of Curry's neck because they extended forward and not straight up. Rob Botton and his crew finally came up with horns that were hollow and lightweight. At the end of each filming day, Curry spent an hour in a bath in order to liquefy the soluble spirit gum that was served as the adhesive for his makeup. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, fiberglass would not be the way to go with those horns. You want urethane foam for that.
Well, the problem is that so even with the fiberglass horns, there are scenes where they bounce when he's going. If you were using urethane foam, it would just look like, a Muppet Show kind of thing where it would be flopping everywhere when he moves around.
I guess.
At one point, he got too impatient and claustrophobic, and he pulled the makeup off too quickly, tearing off his own skin in the process. Jesus Christ. Director Ridley Scott felt both horrified and sorry for Curry and immediately tried to find an easier way to do the makeup for his character. Since he didn't want Curry to put more makeup on and tear his skin, he shot around him for a week. Scott also realized that it added dramatic buildup for the character, so he reshot some of the opening scenes this way. The footage of Curry in the openings to the U.S. theatrical release was filmed before any of this took place. Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. At the time prior to filming, Tom Cruise was disinclined to cut his hair, fucking homo, when cast for the part. His long locks were the perfect look for the forest-dwelling Jack. It is the longest length of Tom's natural hair captured in a movie. What a homo. Cut fucking hair. I guess it does make sense. Yeah. Here you go. The sound of the unicorns at play is actually a recording of humpback whales.
Okay, we call it.
Director Ridley Scott drew most of his inspiration for this movie from Beauty and the Beast, 1946 movie, and as well as Disney animated classics Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Fantasia, and Bambi. Fucking composer. There you go. Composer Jerry Goldsmith's original score was removed by the studio after the first round of test screenings. The test screenings were fucking abysmal in this movie.
Yes.
That's why they changed it. In an effort to appeal to the kids, executives commissioned Tangerine Dream to create a replacement until 2002.
I'm shocked that Goldsmith's score was first. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
That's very weird.
Until 2002, Goldsmith's original score was heard only on the film's European release, where it belonged. For scenes filmed in the forest, every line was dubbed in post-production as the noise on the set was too loud. Sara, Princess Lily, confirmed this fact on the Ultimate Edition DVD. That's interesting.
Is that related to Michael Cera?
No, spelled differently.
Different name.
Sorry, I just had to hit Gore King. Okay.
Jack's armor was made from flattened bottle caps. Okay.
That's no shit.
Yeah,
I find that really interesting, actually.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
In the scene where the Lord of Darkness is going to kill the unicorn, the hill of rocks that Jack climbs was instead going to be a pile of rotting bodies. The filmmakers decided to quickly make them look like rocks as they felt that it looked too disturbing and grotesque or deemed unnecessary to the scene. If you look carefully, you could see decaying faces or skulls in the pile. Nice. At one point, Ridley Scott considered Mickey Rooney to play one of the major characters, but he did not look small enough next to Tom Cruise.
He was originally going to play Jack's upstairs Japanese neighbor.
The production was filmed on the Pinewood Studio stage that had been originally created for The Spy Who Loves Me and later on known as the 007 stage and the Cubby Broccoli stage. It had to be rebuilt at least twice due to incidents on the stage as of 2021. That's the one that's set on fire.
Right.
Here's some casting trivia. This is wild. Jim Carrey, Johnny Depp, and Robert Downey Jr. were considered for the role of Jack.
Wow.
Johnny Depp could have done it. Johnny Depp
and maybe RDJ, although RDJ kind of in that era of space is a little puppy. He's not.
Oh, here we go.
He also didn't really have his acting chops. Johnny Depp.
Depp. Oh, that's another thing. There's a God, what scene is it? That the Goldsmith score sounds remarkably like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Elm Street. Yep. Yep. I know you're talking
I was just listening because it was like listening to that score was like it was a combination of Jerry Goldsmith's greatest hits and then like, dude, did you watch Nightmare on Elm Street before you did this? Because you're literally like stealing the background chords for that, playing the pads.
The scene where the snow first falls and they're traveling through with the lantern and all that.
I think so. Yeah.
About that,
steal from the dust.
So Jennifer Connelly was originally considered and offered the role of Princess Lily.
I hate her. Fight me. I hate her.
It was decided she had not taken the part as it was Jennifer's suggestion that Sara be considered for her role, giving Mia her big screen debut and basically changing her career. Because right after this was Ferris Bueller, right? Yeah.
Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, well, and then Connolly would have been in Labyrinth like right around this time too.
Right around that time.
Yes.
So that is all the trivia. Not a lot of trivia, but interesting stuff. I guess we can go around the horn. White Bear, since you picked this fucking movie,
thanks,
and the director's goddamn cut, this is your fault. Tell us why. Okay, so which version do you prefer? And then give us your final thoughts.
That's the thing is, I probably preferred the scenes of the UK version with the US version soundtrack.
Okay.
But okay, so when I was a kid, father was in the Navy, brought VHSs from different places and all that, and that was one. So that's why I saw the UK version first, and all, and then I saw the US version, and then later on, when we when DVDs were a thing, we got the director's cut of Legend. And so I get to a point where I'm like, am I misremembering this entire movie? I was so corn fucking fused. Okay, so you gotta fucking forgive.
It's like every time you put in the DVD, it just randomizes certain things you're gonna see.
It's like a randomizer.
It's never the same movie twice for you.
Oh my goodness. It was so weird. And it's like when you see the UK version, or you hear it, you're like, this is a whole different movie. This is kind of cool. Or the US version, it's kind of cool. You're getting some kind of music that you can somewhat relate to, and we're actually with striking rather than Goldsmiths. So for me, this was like my version of the never-ending story, where I know that there's problems. I know that it's the 80s. I know that there's some filtered-in crap here. But, I loved it. It was a part of growing up and seeing a directly bad character for once, where it's just, he's bad. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't have to feel, they don't make it a totally sympathetic character. I know that there's little bits in here and there and all that, but but that is bad guy. That good people can sometimes start to go bad. It's just a simple, straightforward tale that I thought, a lot more people should have probably seen, but a lot of people probably saw it simply just because Tim Burton has horns and
Tim Burton?
Tim Curry.
Yeah, Tim Curry. Yeah, same thing.
I mean, Tim Burton has horns too, but in a different way. We don't talk about that.
Yeah, Tim Stock did a great job in this role.
Yeah, Tim Stock was good in this. I enjoyed it.
Good tuxie. So for me, I'm gonna have to give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Are we finding Dory now?
Yeah. The whale. Mr. Goodwin, since you love this version of the movie so much, you know what? Go ahead and give us your thoughts. I know you like some things about this version, but overall, your thoughts and like a rating for the director's cut version.
Yeah, so the US theatrical version of Legend, I would give it like a good 7.5, maybe creeping on 8. Even with some of the weakness to it, because it was so visually stunning and the soundtrack was just it was outstanding. It was it was different than so much of what you were seeing, especially in the fantasy realm. I did Tim Curry as Darkness is fucking phenomenal. The characterization of Darkness was really good. That he's evil, but there's the he makes the idea about the concept that he does his work through dreams, that he wants me as Sara to choose to come to him, right? The idea of the devil as tempter. Rather than just, he does bad things directly, right? It's kind of that indirect work. The Euro and then DC director's cut. I think there are scenes that are improved. I think that Meg in particular is that scene is much better in that. I think I can understand why. If you grew up hearing the Goldsmith soundtrack, it is the generic fantasy. It would fit the genre better, but I think that with the Goldsmith soundtrack, it is almost aimed at a younger age group than the U.S. Theatrical is, right? So it's more like 8 to 10 years old. The Euro version matches better. The US version it's more towards teens, and it works better that way. I think the director's cut is the worst of both worlds. It extends scenes that were already somewhat weak. It undermines the characterization of several of the characters because of little additions that are in there. I think it demonstrates that Ridley Scott is a master visual storyteller, and he is a bit shit when it comes to actually doing I'm going to have my hand in the script and deal with dialogue and things like that, and that it's kind of a preview of his worst indulgences. Right. And you see the same thing with the Alien. Some of his extended stuff there is a little really. I didn't need this. And if you're telling me the studio interfered, then I'm happy the studio interfered, because my God, again, I would be interested to see the 2.5-hour version. I think that I would see it once and be like, thank God somebody told you to cut this fucking thing down.
Yeah, a pothead in the back of the theater told him to.
Yeah. The guy was high, had better sense than Ridley did on this one, right?
Yeah.
But I think the director's cut, man, it probably drops to 6 for me.
Yeah, there's a definite. Just some big differences. It's jarring, and I have to go back and rewatch the original one, the US one too, because the first thing Sassy was saying, like, I want to watch the original, so we're gonna watch it probably this weekend coming up or during the week at some point. It's not that long; it's only an hour and 29 minutes, so it's like we can get through it quick. And there is a jarring difference. Adam, you beautiful man, you tell us what you thought.
Well, in a stunning first online, Jay has stolen all of my lines.
Shocking. Yeah, never.
Oh no.
Whitey was talking about. I think it was Whitey. Was saying the personification of evil in this, the depiction of it. Maybe it was the beginning of Jay's.
No, it was Whitey.
Monologue.
I think.
Fuck you.
This movie has so many amazing things going for it and so many things wrong with it. It is just like the weirdest car crash. I think that this representation of darkness is Darth Vader level amazing. It is like just the moment, that you realize what's going on. You see it from the back, you see it from the front. Finally, that cloven hoof hits the ground. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's like, it's on par with Darth Vader.
Yeah.
I was never like a big fantasy fan when I was in grade school. I read some fantasy novels and it just never really scratched my itch. It's a tough one, and I agree with Jay saying this is a preview of things to come with Ridley Scott being up his own ass. I think he probably trod on the script way too much. Whereas in Blade Runner, when he worked a half a dozen writers to death trying to get something that he really, really wanted to illustrate, and it worked. Yep. This one didn't. I think it smells like he's got his fingers in the pot here where they shouldn't be. I think that telling a somewhat original fantasy story that is going to hold up to the epic visuals and the world that this takes place in is a big task. I would not want to write that script.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it looks amazing. Tim Curry is godlike. I like Mia Sara in this very much. I do. I don't think she's given the best to work with here. I hate Tom Cruise in this. He's so miscast. Anyone, give me Fred Savage or Johnny Depp, or fucking anybody. Dude. This is like,
what would you do?
I mean, he's so distracting, and his monobrow and the tooth and the thing.
I bet Johnny Depp would have been fine. Now that I'm thinking about that cast.
Yeah, I didn't know he was up for this part, but it makes.
I mean, the kid that played Elliot from E.T. would be better than Tom Cruise in this.
Drew Barrymore would have been better.
Drew Barrymore would have been more convincing. Yes, I mean, her face can move at least. There's
Phantom Menace kid, Jake Lloyd.
Looking at it, I mean,
are you an angel?
It's pure Ridley Scott art direction, and I am a fan of Ridley Scott. But yeah, I agree with Jay totally. This is the downslide. He's cresting the hill here with his own bullshit.
Yeah. Ridley Scott is an interesting character, man.
Yeah. Well, and really, like in like the milieu of what's going on at this time. So he's had Alien, which was a hit. He's had Blade Runner, which flopped, and he has this, which flops. And this one. This is very much, he wanted to make this. He chose because he wanted to have a fairy tale movie for his kids. And his normal dark shit wasn't going to fit, except that his normal dark shit does slide in on more than a few occasions. But
that's how we got his kids.
Right. His intent on this is already it's like son, you're out of your wheelhouse here, right? What
did he make after this? What came after this? That was what did Ridley Scott make?
Black Rain. Wasn't Black Rain?
Black Rain, yeah. That's what 89.
Like Black Rain. Not a great movie, but I like it.
It's not a great movie, but it's good.
It's not. It's okay. Michael Douglas is fantastic. So
right, and again, it's pull Ridley back out of his own ass and make him do the thing the studio wants to do.
Yeah.
Right,
Good
and
movie.
but the there's just a mismatch between his. Again, it's like there's a number of directors and DPs and cinematographers that are geniuses, and unfortunately they believe that applies to other areas of the work where they are not.
I was shocked to find out that the Tangerine Dream score came in first. Really, like
you mean late?
I mean after. Sorry, after.
Right.
Was cut because that's not a studio decision. That's not a decision that you see made very often. Because my assumption was that since Scott had worked with Vangelis, that he would naturally go to another electronic composer.
Wow.
Right, and it makes it so much more interesting from him doing the Blade Runner thing, and then where you've essentially taken like 40s noir and hooked it up with this amazing synth soundscape. And then he does a similar thing with Legend, and then you find out, really, you did the Jerry Goldsmith's what you went with first. Okay, all right.
So he made Legend, and then his next movie was Someone to Watch Over Me, which was a bomb in '87. Black Rain. I don't remember if Black Rain was actually like. I remember liking it as I grew up. I don't remember if it was
it's
average. It's all right. It's all right.
He did make Thelma and Louise, which was popular. I remember that. Then he made White Squall,
but it's fine.
So he made White Squall, which I don't even fucking think I've ever seen. G.I. Jane,
the sound that I make.
So think about that. Yeah, then he made Gladiator, and then like, God, his
which I think is also over.
Yeah,
his
Black Hawk Down.
I gotta tell you something. If I'm looking at his overall work, besides his early shit, which obviously Alien, Blade Runner became a cult classic, he's really made a lot of average movies.
This is the beginning of the end for him.
He really is. I mean, he made Matchstick Men, which is okay. Black Hawk Down, I do like. It's not.
I liked Matchstick Men, but I haven't watched it since.
Yeah, I like Black Hawk Down. I mean, Kingdom of Heaven was not good. American Gangster, I do like. I do like American Gangster.
Yeah.
Again, it's not a movie without its flaws, but the two lead actors are fucking phenomenal. So they make the movie. Body of Light, Robin Hood, bomb. Prometheus, bomb. Oh yeah, okay. Then The Martian. He comes back with The Martian. Which is what do you like that movie? It's okay. The last he's made a lot of shit movies. Wow.
Yeah, he really has. So
why is this guy because of two movies, Alien and Blade Runner, he's held up at he's held on this pedestal?
Well,
I don't get it.
Those two movies are if you really spent a couple of years just studying those two movies, like really going into them and reading about them, that's better than going to film school, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, because they're amazing.
Well, and the thing is that he gets started in movies late compared to a lot of guys because he really built a career doing commercials, which gave him the understanding of
Chanel,
not a couple. He does a ton, and they were all like very distinctive, right? He gets this visual style. There's almost, I hate to say this, there's almost like an echo of Zack Snyder. In the because Snyder's early work in commercials is what really gets his initial attention, and then he starts out of the gate with a couple of good movies.
You're watching that vacuum cleaner commercial wrong, Jay.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, hold on.
It's not a bad comparison.
You don't understand. We're getting Gladiator 2 soon. So aren't we all excited about that?
So that'll be like Justice League 2, where everything will be explained in that one, and then we'll be good. Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah,
Tom Cruise went from Scott to Scott.
Yes.
That was
Tony Scott.
But at least Tony Scott knew what he was. Like he wasn't.
Tony Scott starts to come up as Ridley Scott's going down, which is interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah. And then Tony Scott, didn't he commit suicide? Tony Scott.
Yeah, nothing to jump off a bridge after,
So anyway, I guess my final thoughts. You guys all fucking mentioned all the best stuff. There's really not. I have to rewatch the US version of this because it's really been a long time. I think if I remember everything correctly, I would give the US version a 6.5 out of 10. This is a 5 because there are things that I do like about it, but to me, it's just extra long. It's fucking boring in parts. And I'm just like, dude, you're right. There's a lot of just missteps. You could tell what was cut out. was, like you said, Jay, for the most part, like usually when you get director's cuts, there's a lot of stuff they wanted to leave in, and sometimes it's justified. They're like, oh, why did they cut this scene out? Here, I'm like, I would have been fine with a shorter version of this.
Yeah, it's not just the pacing, which is more of an editing thing, not just editing, but
especially at the beginning.
There's something off about the tone. There's something off about the whole thing. I didn't give a rating. I'll give it a 6 horns, feeling generous. But I don't enjoy it. I hadn't watched it since midnight, maybe 90. I haven't watched this movie since.
Yeah, I have to rewatch the old one. I'm interested. I would like to see the differences again, just to be reminded. But yeah, it is what it is. Listen. It is whatever version you like. We'll just judge you behind your back. It's okay. Especially you, Whitey.
It's fine.
I judge it to your face. No, not you, Whitey. Judge him to his face.
The magic whale doesn't care.
No. I'm just kidding. I love you, Whitey. That's basically.
It should be a narwhal. It needs the unicorn horn. What are you doing? Come
on. That was fun.
That was narwhal.
That was fun to break down the difference because, like I said, not a lot of people had seen the differences. It was fun to.
The best part that's come out of all this is that people get to see the differences.
Shut up.
Well, and again, I think there really is some there's some interesting character and story in Legend. I think that it is let down by Ridley. That he either kind of climbs up his own ass a bit, or he just doesn't understand the story pacing as well as he does the visual pacing and how everything works. Because her initial coming through, thank God the U.S. cuts all of her fucking singing, Sara. But when she first comes in and meets Nell, you're kind of in normal world. You go into the forest and it starts to get magical, and then it just accelerates from there, right? And so visually, there really is this acceleration. There is a beautiful use of color, of lighting, and then the Rabutin makeup effects are stunning. The idea of darkness being this thing that this constant temptation that exists, that Mia Sara, at least in the US version, being like the embodiment of innocence. And that is the only way that the unicorns are brought down, and then her trial to try and correct all of this. Sadly, Tom Cruise continues to be in any of the versions, and it's just a miscast. So it's a good idea. The execution in certain aspects is really flawed, and in other aspects, are just top fucking tier.
Yeah, Waylon,
yeah, it really is.
Thank you for the super chat, sir. I actually have not seen the director's cut of the movie. I have heard, the original cut was awful. I have heard, yes, from others that the director's cut is better. It's rated unrated, so there's more violence, and he rearranges this fucking director. Now when I hear director's cut, I have PTSD from fucking Snyder cuts. It's like, Jesus Christ already.
Well, life is all about choices. You don't have to watch them.
Yeah, that's true. But Waylon, for that, this is for you, buddy.
She got a great ass. When I think of asses, something comes out of me.
Serious? I never.
Whoa! He gets the ass, but yeah.
Well, because Mia Sara has a great ass. I mean.
She's pretty great everything from what I can see.
She's pretty good.
And I like her acting. She's fine.
She is, yeah.
Nothing exceptional. She's fine. I like her a lot better than Jennifer Connelly. And yes, I'll fight you.
The Rock of Who?
This movie is a good way to judge girlfriends or wife material, because if a girl likes this like a whole lot, that's a girlfriend, and you guys will be done in about a year.
That's
as
true.
As far as wife material, if they kind of get lost in it and they're like, oh, okay, or they get bored, then that's the one that you actually stick with.
Yeah, the hilarious thing is it's like the flip for me, because my wife, when I showed this to her the first time, she loved it, and 32 years later, we're still married. So,
and if you go to her house and she's got a poster of Legend on her wall, it's just a pump and dump. Get out.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm sorry.
That depends. Is she listening to the Tangerine Dream soundtrack or the Goldsmith?
She's got a poster. It doesn't matter. No one has a poster of this movie.
When they get a lady boner sing Tim Curry, that's
a good sign.
I mean, I'm fine.
Sorry, Gord.
Not just because I made look and or sound a bit like darkness from time to time.
Darkness.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Gorging, I'm sorry for the $2 super chat. Which is more fantastical, Legend or Scientology?
I think that Legend has the better characterization and certainly visuals. I think the plot of Scientology is certainly more complex, but it does
had a bigger impact on society.
Yeah. I mean, Scientology certainly did much better financially than Legend did.
Yeah, that is very true. For you, Mr. Gorkin, you get this.
Hey, boys, look what I got here. Hey, where are the white women at?
Woo! You get that, Gord.
Where are the unicorns at?
Where are the unicorns? Well, no, I'm not watching that movie because I did watch it recently on Tubi, and oh god, it's so bad. Black Rain was good. Black Rain, I actually enjoy it. It was not a great movie, but I enjoyed it.
It's all right, yeah.
Michael Douglas makes the movie watchable.
Yeah.
Andy Garcia gets his head chopped off.
I like Andy Garcia a bit.
Yeah, he's good.
And then I love the Japanese detective that works with him.
Yes, it's a decent movie. It's a fun movie to watch.
And this is before I actually went to Japan when Black Rain came out. I have a bug up my ass about bad depictions of Japan in particular, because it's a place I do know a lot about. If you've ever sat through 5 minutes of that show Tokyo Vice, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It is agonizing. It is so inaccurate, and I'm not a lore guy. It's just like insultingly, stupidly fantasy Japan land, right? For white people to run around and shoot each other in, and it's just stupid. It's just that shit bugs me. Other than that, Black Rain's a pretty good crime movie.
It's not bad. Not bad. Well,
better than American Yakuza.
Nothing is better.
Well, I guess we can go around the horn, talk about what we have coming up, going up. Adam Gray, since you were the last one to speak, what do you got coming up, sir?
Hello.
Hello.
My lovely wife Barbara and I are on a little channel called B-Roll Stage. You can see it on my caption there. Every Friday we like to look at B movies, drink, and tear them apart. It's a real good time. If you haven't checked it out, you should definitely come over to B-Roll Stage on YouTube. This Friday we're going to do a tribute to the late great Roger Corman, who just passed away sadly. 98 years old. He's a huge influence on us, and everyone over at B-Sides is big fans of his work. You want to talk about film school? That guy could fucking walk you right through it. I haven't picked out the features. I think one of them will be Little Shop of Horrors. I'm debating on the other, but we're going to do a double feature of Roger Corman. Nice. Wednesdays occasionally, including this Wednesday, you can catch me over at Totaled Recall, our good friend of the channel, Jethrobot's new channel, where he likes to pick out movies that you have fuzzy memories about. We like to watch things like, Flight of the Navigator or whatever, something maybe you saw when you were a kid and you haven't visited since. And so we take a little trip down nostalgia lane that way. Barbara's there just about every episode. I will probably be there, and we're going to do Desperately Seeking Susan Wednesday night.
Wow. Look at you going back down memory lane.
That's what the show is all about. I think he has a really cool angle.
It's always those things you saw on cable when you were a kid and then you never saw again, and then
stuff like that.
100%.
Yeah. So come by.
It's fun. On your favorite network of YouTube.
If anyone doesn't know, I'm actually not a fan of YouTube, and you can occasionally hear my opinions about it online, and YouTube's not a fan of us.
I never knew that.
I don't like to talk about it too much online.
I always read it like you're really.
Look, if you look at the subtext, you can kind of pick it out. You have to tease it out a bit, but it does show.
YouTube is my weakness.
YouTube is supposed to be the chosen one.
You were the chosen one. We were supposed to break the algorithm together.
Yeah. So we have a little bit of issues. We may be bringing our Rumble channel back. That may be happening.
Might as well.
So,
Give yourself options, man.
Yeah, we're working on it. You know, there's only so many hours in the day, but yeah, we're gonna keep on doing the show whether we get monetized or not. That's the bottom line because we love movies.
There you go. Very good, sir. It's always a pleasure having you on, Adam.
Thank you so much. I will come anytime you call.
In that case. Fuck. Mr. Goodwin. What about you, sir? Where are you going to be? How many streams are you going to be on?
I think only so we got no, I ain't no Sammy three-peat. So the I know we'll be on Stupenzo's later.
Nice. Yeah.
I think at 11, so like 30, 40 minutes from now. Then Thursday I'll be on Gooch's Edge Runners, Cyberpunk Edge Runners review. I think we're on episode 8 now, and then Friday I'll be on B-Sides.
Well, B-Sides is always fun. They always have a good time. These fucking movies they watch are insane, and I like the breakdowns. What was your last one last week? What did it go, like 4.5 hours? I saw.
We generally run about 4 or 5 hours. We've gone over 6 before. We were in a deep, weird, drunk discussion about AI.
Yeah,
that's okay.
In that episode. Yeah, we base everything around public domain movies, which should have been our fucking loophole, but somehow YouTube has decided they own that too. So
it was less a loophole, more of a noose. Okay,
What are we gonna
do? I'm all right. I'm okay.
I just want to be let back in.
I just want to be loved. I'm just kidding.
Diabetes.
White Bear. What about you, you beautiful breasted man?
Well, you can
hey,
catch me. Catch me on Twitter. And yeah, that's about it right now. I've just been
White Bear, quick, turn around, motorboat real hard. Motorboat real hard. Yeah, that's right. Oh, there you go. There it is.
Get in there, man.
Yeah. You don't let that opportunity go by. My weakness.
They're my weakness.
That's right. I hope they don't show boobs at me. That's my weakness.
Yeah, but I've been doing a show every other day on Twitter, and it's been a whole lot of fun.
Oh, judging your Twitter is so fucking funny, man.
I appreciate it, man.
It is fantastic.
Anybody that wants to come on and judge other people's Twitter,
you know why? It's a different take off of all the pop culture bullshit, and he just goes and talks about people's Twitter posts, and it's refreshing. It's got that twist of Whitey humor.
Oh God, Whitey! I won on that. I won on that.
Bro,
That's
hey,
my game.
Are you retired?
I'm retarded. That's similar. Yeah.
He's semi-retarded. No, semi-retarded.
He works from home, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Okay.
The home part is accurate. I don't know about the working.
But I'm telling you, the Twitter thing is fucking hilarious. You got.
Oh, I've caught like bits of it. When scrolling through, it'll be like Whitey's doing it. I was like, oh yes.
It's unique. It's such a break from all the bullshit that you see normally on YouTube. Or on Twitter in general.
And honestly, you get better numbers, and that's why I've already bookmarked Adam's post because I think Adam should post his shit to fucking Twitter because you get better numbers, and
we do stream on Twitter. We do.
Okay.
We co-stream.
That's good.
Yeah, hilariously, Whitey's stuff reminds me of something that a buddy and I did like 2007 or 8. Where it was just him and I surfing the internet. What we would do is with the Google, we would put in search terms and just do the I feel lucky, and then land on web page and talk about what the hell we were seeing and why this was bullshit or just making fun of it or whatever. It's just pure randomness.
Yeah, a million different things to talk about. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you want to break away from this is woke and this is anti-woke.
And how serious people get on Twitter. Like, it's hilarious. And
I love inventing backstories for posts that I see where it's like, you just see this and you're like, okay. Let me talk about the character that brought, what happened in the life that brought them to this fucking post, right?
Me and Cannoli did voiceovers for like
we do voiceovers for
yes.
Yeah. It's a perfect platform.
And like fucking, I had 127 people watching my chickens for like 8 hours.
Well, I'm gonna pet
no joke.
I'm gonna choke your chicken.
I mean, having had chickens, it's like Jurassic Park except shrunk down, right? It's like mini Jurassic Park.
It's hilarious, and thank goodness it's cicada season. They've been
oh God, yes,
so good, dude. These are going to be some massive cocks.
Yes.
Well, I'm all for anyone doing anything a little different. I think we've all had our Velma takes, and we're good.
Yeah. So check me out over there, and I appreciate.
Yeah, go check White Bear on Judge Your Mama's Twitter. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Today we judged Vex's pussy.
Ooh.
Yeah, we did twice.
I mean, we see that a lot, so
Yeah.
it's understandable.
She likes to put it out there.
But she this was hers. Yeah, this is like her putting it out there on live. You know,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And she'll stroke it live too.
Oh yeah.
Twice. Multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a fun show. That was actually very interesting. I had a great time doing this because it's not a movie that you see people talk about a lot. Actually, that's not true. You see people react to it, but not actually break it down. So I'm glad we did this. Next week we are back with another Goodwin favorite, Mad Max Fury Road.
Fuck that movie.
Oh yeah.
Whitey's loving.
Like
We do have a
movie.
great panel though. We have amateur analyst, uninspired reviewer Zax and Gord King for that one.
Oh,
Nice.
Gord King's gonna be on there, of course.
So yeah, and everybody
Yes,
likes
that
the movie
movie.
except Wiper. But I'm now again, it's one of those things. I love these panels because if you don't like it,
Like I stand with White Bear on this one.
there you go. So this is why we do these shows. It's fantastic.
Sorry,
that's pretty
step. Is it? I'm looking at Sydney Sweeney's globes
Breast.
there, and is it true that they got punched in the face on the street? Was that a thing that happened?
Yeah.
That really happened.
That really happened.
Is he okay?
Really happy.
Yeah, eye bleed and bruising. That's it. But made his fucking eye bleed. Come on, y'all.
That ain't
There's Steve Buscemi and the actor who looks like me. What's his face from Ghostbusters? Rick Moranis. Okay, whenever I shave, I look like a dude. Apparently, you don't touch those people. You leave them the fuck alone. Those people, they're gold. Leave them alone.
These are legends. Stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about Tom Cruise. Save your punches for people.
Yeah. I mean, they say don't punch down, but how else are you going to punch him?
Bless his short heart.
Good time.
Right,
so that's basically it. Next Monday, come back for MMM, same time night. I'm not doing anything else this week or weekend because it is my birthday weekend, and I'm getting old, and I'm going to be depressed and drink a lot. So, it is what it is. Sassy, of course, will be back for her Sunday show, which is always a fun time. And I told her I'm just waiting for YouTube to kick the channel. It's election year, people. She's going into some heavy subject, some fun subjects Sunday, so watch out for that. That's basically it. Again, thank you to the panel, Mr. Goodwin, Adam Gray. Again, it's always a pleasure. I had a blast breaking.
Always a good time.
Great time. Man.
Yeah,
great movie.
time.
And, if you guys want to hop on B-sides and do a late night tear down on some great old movies, just shoot me a message.
I will let you know, of course.
Yes,
always. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I'd like to get on theirs. I guess Stupenzo has his show right after this. So go to his channel, please, and go support him. Enzo's awesome. That's basically it. So again, panel, thank you to the people who gave the super chats. The chat was fucking hilarious tonight. You guys were great as always. Yeah. We do this for you. So bless you. And we are going to say goodnight. We'll see you next week, and bye.
Bye.